Okay.
Live, though.
We were live. We need to record. We need to do a sync.
All right, let's do a sync.
All right, ready?
Just mute us so we don't sync.
No.
And we're live.
Woo!
Wow, look at that background. That is kind of trippy.
Yeah, it's a trippy background.
Whoa.
That's a background.
Easy.
My
Get-
not my best background with it, but yeah, that's.
Get high, pigs can't fly. I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense, but I've heard that saying before.
Get it? You know, because
It rhymes.
well, no.
I really hope
because-
that's not distracting because I'm like,
'Cause police-
I'm already distracted by it. So, everybody else, deal with it.
Yeah.
Because you know.
But it looks great. It's awesome. Cool looking.
Never
Oh,
mind.
I saw it reset.
Yeah, it does reset.
I'm not
No.
I saw it reset. It's
I'm
bad.
not
I
gonna-
hate
It's
it. Don't
bad.
like it anymore.
Oh God! All right,
Dude,
I'll
no.
no. Whatever, it's fine. Just leave
It's
it.
fine
Nah,
for now.
Nah, it's cool. That's cool.
It'll be fine for our 2 viewers that come in here.
Hey. you
It
never
might
know.
even
And-
attract a few others.
Yeah. That's the
Well-
thing. You use it with that trippy background. People will be like, "Whoa! I
What did
can't
you
help but
title
click."
Stream
Yes.
this week. Oh, so, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Well, I guess we should start the actual podcast part.
We could.
We could. We just talk about backgrounds. What kind of backgrounds do you like?
Kind of background.
This is special stuff that's cut out of the iTunes podcast. Everybody else gets to hear this exclusive Twitch content if they follow us on
Yes.
on Twitch.
Yeah.
Send us money. Venmo me.
How do we do that? We don't have it on our thing. We gotta send it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'll add that to all the
Just-
JoJo
just-
videos.
just
Personal
Ricardo's.
PayPal's.
Yeah.
You can't monetize
You
this
know what-
YouTube.
What
Fuck
you're
off.
saying, yeah, you're saying like the YouTube thing. Like it would be nice, like if we did put up a donation thing or something like that, because like ideally, my ideal goal would just be to pay for the hosting.
That'd be nice.
You know what I mean? Like we don't have to have profit and like be making the money off of this. Just like if we can just get the hosting paid for and the domain registration, which is $10. So that'd be, I think that's $130 a year.
Yeah.
If we can get that, that would be a nice thing to have.
That would be
Anyway,
nice.
that's something that we can set up later. Hello and welcome to the Pixel Podcast. My name is Matt, and I'm here with Ethan, who's
Hey.
making weird faces at the camera.
Yeah. that's my signature.
Getting ready. Ricardo is head bobbing, and he's here.
Head bobbing. Apples. Yeah.
That's it.
Mary bobbin.
What? What?
You know that great the great Disney film starring
Mary
Dick
Bobbins?
Van Dyke. Mary
starring-
Bobbins.
Starring Tom Hanks and
Rick Van Ryke.
I got I got thrown off.
You got it?
I got
You got
thrown
thrown off
off.
by thinking about Mary Poppins, and you're like,
He's
"Ah."
not Dick Van
Mary
Dyke.
Bobbins.
He's my original character, Blick Van Blake.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah, man.
yep,
What's up,
That's
man?
it. That's it. You know what?
How's
Listen,
it going?
listen, Ricardo. You and I didn't play any video games this week, so we have to fill time somehow.
I
mean,
played
we got a
video
lot.
games.
We're gonna talk a lot about trailers.
I play video games too. I play video games
but
too.
just
But
nothing that we really need to talk about.
Are they sexy
Amber
games?
and I've been playing Mass Effect. That's a good game.
Yeah,
But I've played it
Never
before,
heard of
so
it.
it's not. Oh, okay. We should check it out. You should check out twitch.tv/Matagami if you want
Oh.
to see, or go to youtube.com/pixellegends.
yeah.
And you will see some great content about.
I played some more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven, which I play every week on my stream at twitch.tv/Kiko_Mang. And this week actually was different as there's a poker game broke out in the middle of the fucking game. So I had to
Wow.
play poker against.
You need to play
some
poker.
guy. Yeah.
Does that make 3 mechanics total that you've that
Yeah.
are involved in that
Yeah,
game?
so I played poker.
There's the fighting. There's the talking.
The fighting,
and then
talking, playing poker. So
that's
this,
it. Those are the
So
three
this
things you
week's
get.
episode, which is now on YouTube as well at Pixel. You heard what Matt said. Don't listen to me.
YouTube.com/pixellegends.
YouTube.com/pixellegends is there's a poker game. I fight dinosaurs.
What? Dinosaurs?
And
I missed the
there's-
dinosaur part.
And there's some other stuff happening there. You have to watch it
There's
to
more.
find out. What a tease.
Yeah. Wow. Clickbait. Am I right?
But what new stuff have we played, Ethan?
Well, I want to pitch my stream.
Okay.
No, you can't.
Oh,
no,
shit.
you played new things, so you can't do
What's
that.
What's your stream?
My stream, I beat Overlord. I finally beat it.
Well, then why would
did.
we want to tune into the stream if you
Yeah,
already beat the
'cause
Because I'm
game?
gonna
Hey,
beat
guys.
Overlord too. I'm gonna go to the next one. I'm
Okay.
gonna see what's next. I'm gonna
Cool.
see if the evil reigns continues.
Nice.
So that'll be next
The-
Monday.
Are you still the Overlord and Overlord 2?
I don't know. I never played it.
Okay.
I played it.
What are you still the Overlord and Overlord
Are
2?
you
I
his
can't tell you that.
Or
Spoiler.
is he your stepdad?
You have to find out
I
at the end.
don't think you play the same character.
I think it might be different. There are other Overlords.
But
'cause-
what about
But
all the rich?
I think there are recurring characters from. Oh, I mean, you played the first game, right?
like Reds.
I did. I played all of it.
You know what happens to your lady friend.
Oh yes. Yes.
No spoilers.
You have to
No
watch. You
spoilers.
have to watch the stream.
You have to watch the
archive. It's
stream at the end of Overlord. to find out.
twitch.tv/Ethan_Hawks. There you go.
Do not go to Ethan_Hawk. That is
This
the actor's
is-
channel.
I own
he's
that
the-
too. I took it from him. He took
This
everything
is
from me. I
the-
take one thing from him.
This is the Shillcast.
The showcast.
Where
Yeah,
Hey,
we
listen,
just-
that's
this is
part
what the
of those
podcast is now.
That's part of the Pixel Legends brand
Oh, you're
umbrella.
right.
We're a network now. We're a network. It's the Pixel Legends network, and this is the
Yeah.
that's our umbrella content
We're
right
the-
there.
The Pixel Legends Zaibatsu.
All of our stuff is hosted on youtube.com/pixellegends, except for Ethan's because he doesn't want to upload it.
I'm gonna
He's-
upload it all at once. It's gonna be
Ooh.
one big
That's
nice.
gonna be great. It's gonna be
It's
great.
gonna be like a pow.
Just like
Okay,
Netflix. So you can
Just like
binge
Netflix,
it
you can
all.
binge all hours.
One 12-hour video, just one
No,
single
it'll be split
video.
up, don't worry. I'm gonna cut them all up and put them up there. But yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Amber and I streamed for like 3.5 hours the other night, so I was like, I should probably not just upload this.
See, I've thought about that, but because that's what I did with the Abzu stream. But like, I don't know, it's just so much more work, and fuck it.
It is. It's so much more work. It is an annoying amount of work for how easy that is. For like the simple kind of things I want to do, just like cut this and then like upload. But yeah, it's fine. It's all up there.
So
Yeah. So new
The
games,
actual games,
that
new
are
games
not
that I
our
play.
streams that we're not just chilling for.
I've been playing this new game. I don't think it's that new. It definitely came out this year. But it's called Hole Down.
I think I've heard about this game. Hold Down.
Yes.
I have not heard of this game.
It
Is this
is-
the game that is this the game that's like a ripoff of Donut County?
No, this is a game that's basically for your phone. It is a Peggle-like game. So it's like you have these blocks, and they all have different numbers on them, and then you get like a little man at the top, and you aim and you shoot, and they bounce around, and you have to hit the certain block a number of times, and they'll disappear. As those blocks clear, you move down, you keep going deeper and deeper and deeper in the hole. The little gimmick is that you don't just get one man, you get multiple mans, and as you progress through the hole, you get
Mans.
more mans. So you shoot one ball in one direction, and it maybe shoots like 8 people, and they all bounce around and do crazy things and bounce all over the place. And
Oh, interesting.
sometimes if you hit it in like a corner, it'll bounce around a whole lot, and it'll just be like a bunch of ding ding ding.
Is
ding,
this
ding,
a
ding, ding.
Peggle?
Yeah, it's basically Peggle. It's basically like it's a Peggle like it's kind of like the next evolution of Peggle because Peggle hasn't really changed in a lot of ways. So you bounce it all around. You go, yeah, cool. I did a bunch of points, and you keep going down. And every time you play, there's usually a good loop of upgrades that you can get as you play. One of the upgrades is to get more upgrades as you continue going in deeper.
Yo,
deeper.
dog, I heard you like the upgrades.
All the
So
upgrades.
add upgrades to your upgrades.
And then you can go to harder levels. My only minor criticism is that like the game is really fun on its own. It's like something I always go to like, I got a quick amount of time. I'll just quick play through this, and it saves, and it's very simple. It's like the quintessential like perfect mobile game.
How much is this game?
I think it's like $3.
That's what my main question was going to be.
It's $3, but there's like no microtransactions at all. So yeah, my only minor.
I was going to say, well, what was your?
So the minor thing is that like when you just keep going up on different levels. So you start off at like the first level, which I think is a moon, and the second level, which is I think like maybe some sort of the first level is an asteroid, the second level is a moon. And you can keep unlocking more and more levels, but they just kind of get harder and don't really give you any more rewards. So it's kind of a weird trade-off. And I get it, because I feel like if you give too much rewards, it's like, oh, well. No, because they could scale it. No, F that. I mean, criticism is right. They could scale it a little bit differently where you get more rewards in the later
based
levels,
on
like
the
easier.
Difficulty?
Yeah, based on difficulty. But you can only hold so many anyway, and then you can just hopefully unlock those quicker. But like so many times I play a new level, I don't get as many upgrades as if I play the old level that I unlocked earlier, just because I can't get as far because it's a lot harder. There's more.
That's weird. Like I mean, I guess progression would be the idea, right?
Yeah, like
but
it kind of
like,
slowed down the progression. Like why when I play the old level that I could complete really easily, but it's not as fun because there's no challenge there, you know. And I guess the challenge is trying to get as far as you can.
Right.
Again, minor quibble. Like it's very minor. I really like
it's
this game.
$4 on iOS. I don't know.
It might have been $4 on Android.
$3.99 is what it is.
Yeah, I probably saw the 3 and got tricked by the old.
Yep, that's what they do. That's what they do. Yeah,
I get you. But yeah, that's pretty much. Like I highly recommend the game. I think it's really good. I think it's totally worth the $4. I think it's a perfect mobile game. Probably one of my favorites this year. I can't really think of any. The problem with mobile games is I feel like there's only like 2 that come out a year.
That
I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. That's it. I don't think it goes more than that. The number doesn't go higher than that for like mobile games. Like I think even this year, like last year we had a couple games at least go to the final round of our mobile game of the year. But like this year, I don't know. I can't think of really any mobile games that have come out besides this one that I've been like, cool, this is a good mobile game. Which is kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because like. Again, the ones that are good stay on your phone for a while, and then a lot of games end up updating throughout the years. Like obviously, like a game like Clash Royale has just continued to get updated.
Well, yeah, that just kind of goes forever.
So yeah, I mean, and yeah, I'm trying to think of like any new mobile game that I played this year.
Like it's just
there might be a new one coming out soon in the trailer trash segment later on.
Whoa!
Yeah, but here's the thing: is even that game, it's like
it's an iteration
of another one, like
another game.
I mean, I think there have been a lot of new mobile games that would just like none of them have penetrated into like
stuff
our radar, so to speak, because like
because I think every time I try, every few months I dive into like the mobile pool and see what's popular or whatever, and it's always a lot of like
it's a lot of same
would you like to play
Clash
this
Clans, Clash Royale clones,
or like city builders that are like you sit there and wait on a timer, or idle games. It's like
match 3 with RPG elements.
Yeah, match 3 type thing. Or it's like
here's a game that's a clone of Cuphead on the top of the iOS App Store.
There you go. What's it called?
It's called
Mophead?
Bendy TM in Nightmare Run, and it's like an old timey. I'm not sure this is gonna play really well, but it's an old timey black and white thing. It's like a run. It's a runner. It looks like. But it's like all like
I thought Bendy was
Bendy
might actually be a thing.
Bendy, it says Bendy TM. It is a TM, but like it's not a clone of Cuphead.
To be honest.
Yeah, it's not a clone of Cuphead, but I think this game came out after Cuphead. The aesthetics are definitely very much like going for that effect. Yeah, it's got a 4.5 rating. It's on the top of the iTunes store. Reigns Game of Thrones is also on the iTunes store.
Spoilers.
It's pre-order, right?
It's probably a pre-order thing. Well, there's also that Command. I'm really interested in that Command & Conquer game, to be honest, but I don't.
What's really nice about the App Store is that like they've gone the exact opposite way of the of Steam, and they've as the years have gone by and more games have flooded onto their market that are like garbage, they've started curating way more. So the top page now is no longer just like what's the most popular like game being played. It's like here are the ones that we think are actually the best. Like highest ratings.
I think Google will start doing that too, because it's just like at some point you have to curb the amount of
and
garbage
they
that
actually
comes on.
have now like some in-house editorial.
Yeah, no, they have a lot of in-house editorial.
And you can still see like whatever the top free is and top trending.
Yeah, they still have them on there,
which is fine.
Yep.
If you, I like to poke around because you know you can always be like
current top free on iOS. Go fish.
Yeah, same on same here on Google Play. Also, old school RuneScape and early access. What? Hold on. RuneScape on early access. I'm downloading it,
dude.
I want to see. We're part on this next week. So the other game, I technically have played it a little bit, but mostly Lindsay's been playing this game, and I've watched it. It's called Graveyard Keeper. So, do you guys like Stardew Valley?
I never played it.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Autopsies?
Autopsies?
Oh, is this Autopsy Simulator? What's it called? I can't remember.
Graveyard Keeper.
Graveyard Keeper, Matt. Stick with the program.
There was a game that came out recently that was a Mortician's Tale. A Mortician's Tale that was like basically.
This is Graveyard Keeper. So what? Okay. So it is basically you manage. It's weird.
Yeah, build your own graveyard.
The beginning of the game is you just as a normal person walking around being like, oh, cool. I have a great life. I love my wife. Oh, I'm dead. And you get hit by a car.
Wow.
And then you wake up in this weird medieval town that is basically like, it's all of a sudden like you're now a gravekeeper and you have to do this as death or whatever and be a good gravekeeper and you'll come back to your wife. I don't know where that's going with that, but that's the premise of the game. So you start off, you meet this like head person that is just like a bouncing skull and is kind of a swarmy character and is like, I'll teach you how to be a great gravekeeper, except I just like to drink. Just give me drinks. So then you go around and you have to basically you're working for the bishop.
The death. Okay.
Bishop, the church. You're working for the church to, you know, put away all these bodies that come in and, you know, give them proper burial. And you get ratings on like how your grave site looks and you get in better standing with the church, and then you go, and then it has the whole Stardew Valley where it's like a huge town. You can go and interact with people, but it's a lot more goal-based. So almost every single character in the game has a goal. Like you can click on, instead of seeing like a quest log, it's like you click on the character and they each have like a little quest for you to do. You can just do those. And there's also a massive skill tree. Like it's got a whole bunch of skills you could do. It's like, okay, I want to build a let's say I'm trying to think of one of the things we had to build. It was,
I don't know, man, a mausoleum.
I know it was. It was something like that. Oh, it was like just like a workbench, whatever. It was like a standard workbench.
Okay.
And it's like you need to go harvest some trees, and then you need to turn those into thatch.
Planks. Okay, thatch.
And then you need to get those trees also and turn them into a different type of material. And then you have to get nails. So you have to mine some ore, get some nails, put that together. So it's a lot of like different elements you have to kind of get together and then learn. But every time you do something, depending on the type of thing you do, you get experience points towards that. And as you get those experience points, you can then put them into different sections of the skill tree. So there's like, I think there's a spirituality one, there is a handicraft one, and there's like a social one, I think, or something like that. Like all different skills. And of course, they all go up as you do certain things. So it's kind of a weird gating system where it's like, oh, I have to go mine now, not because I need ore, it's because I just need to get my skills up.
Sounds like Stardew Valley a lot.
It does, except for like it's more goal based and it's more skill tree driven, which Stardew Valley has like a very minor skill tree where it's like you get to choose two paths once. That's it. And it's not bad at all. Like it seems like really like it seems like it could unlock more. It has a very dark sense of humor.
One could
it's actually
imagine.
Pretty funny for the most part when you read it. It has some pretty good writing. And the pixel art is really pretty.
I was gonna say, what's this game look like?
It is like a very high resolution, detailed pixel art style. It's hard to show.
Like Owlboy
has something to say.
I'd say even a little bit more than Owlboy.
Owlboy's very detailed.
Maybe it is. It's been a while since I've seen.
This is pretty detailed too, though. This is very detailed as well.
It's got some pretty interesting attitudes, as in like you can. Oops, what the heck is this?
Danganronpa.
Yeah, popping up the thing. I'm trying to show the art to.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, like it's really pretty
that
looking.
Looks nice.
Everybody Google it.
It's got some great style going for it.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know enough about that. You can do some weird stuff. Like you can also when you're doing putting the corpse and trying to get them all ready to go away. You can take their meat
You
and
just
then
throw a corpse in the river. That seems to be a very popular thing to do because half the screenshots I'm looking at are showing.
Yeah.
Are showing
well,
that.
At some point you don't have enough room in your graveyard, I imagine. So it's just like, what do I do with this? So I guess I'll just toss it off the river.
Eat it.
But you can also, when you're doing an autopsy, you can take some meat and you can try to sell it. You try to sell it and get rid of it.
Oh my God.
But it's weird because the guy's like,
funny.
you need a stamp. You need a stamp to sell this from the official
right, so you can say like, hey, is this a real
this is a
beef?
fish, this is a real beef. And then the guy's immediately like, hey, I'll tell you where to get a fake stamp. It's cool. And he's like, you go talk to this guy, get a fake stamp so you can put all the weird meat you get. So it's got like a weird, dark sense of humor. I don't know. It seems, so far, it seems good. I've heard a couple reviews that it gets a little grindy, and it doesn't have the best tutorial system. We already had to like look stuff up right away. Be like, how do you get this thing? How do you get that thing? It's not very clear.
Right.
But if you like Stardew Valley, but you're like, man, I wish I could do some like more macabre stuff. It might be up your alley.
It has mixed reviews on Steam, but there's also almost 2,000 of them. So take that.
It was I think it had a big hit because it's kind of an interesting theme.
Mm-hmm.
There's not
well,
many
how did you hear about this game, Ethan?
Lindsay actually heard about it and was very excited because
Lindsay, how did you hear about this? Lindsay's in the chat.
That's a good point.
Also, speaking of...
I want to know where you heard of it. I had never heard of this game before, so I'm just interested to...
let's see.
Slice a piece of flesh, you immediately get an alert that you learned
true.
how to make a burger, which is gross and funny.
Speaking of which, did you guys
That's how it works. That's how it works for cows, too. You just kind of like cut a piece of a cow off and you're like, it's like, that's burger. That's
burger time.
Did you guys ever beat Dream Daddy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I played.
Oh yes, I remember.
Ethan talked about how he didn't get any.
Yeah,
I did.
You told me about the guy that you were
didn't.
into, and I wasn't a fan of it.
He turned you down. He was like, oh yeah, you got some, but then he was like, it's not gonna work out.
Yeah, it wasn't a long-term thing.
Yeah.
No, it was. It was a long-term thing. No, yeah.
What is happening?
Sure,
Do you
okay.
even know your own relationship here?
I thought you got
Matt's
turned
trying
down.
to gaslight me and think I don't love my daddy. My daddy
Whoa,
Damien,
let's not throw around terms like that.
I'm going to. I don't care.
Wow. Okay. All right. Is this game multiplayer?
No.
It's not like Stardew Valley multiplayer.
No, it's not like Stardew Valley multiplayer. It's like old school Stardew Valley.
Oh man, like yeah, on the Steam page it has you throwing the body in the river. This is like one of the catchphrases of. This is one of the default things.
It's a good way to show the frivolousness. It kind of treats the death aspect.
Because we're all just meat.
I mean, yeah, we are.
We're all just meat if you think about it.
All just meaty peoples. And what's that body
Some
gonna
of us more meat than others.
What's that body gonna do in the in that grave anyway? Just gonna go to waste.
I'm donating my body to science, boys.
There you go.
I don't need those organs after I'm done with them.
Yeah,
you can have I'm a donor. You can have my heart or whatever, or my liver.
Put me in a Folgers can. Take me to the bosom of the Pacific Ocean.
Don't put you in a Folgers can and then put it. Do not put the Folgers can next to your other coffee can. Later on, this will be
because the best part of waking up
is Ricardo in your cup.
Yeah.
All right, we're definitely moving on
Woo!
to the news.
The news already, man.
Yeah, well, we didn't do much this week.
You can't. How can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat?
We're just another meat in the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
So I won't claim that joke. That was Lindsay again.
Yeah, that's why I said what I said. Anyway, hey, Ethan and possibly Matt, did you like all those?
Hey,
did you like all those great game-related things you got for being an Amazon Prime member? Like,
yeah, I like my free games.
Those the locked in, pre-order pricing and stuff when you bought games.
They already announced that was going away, right? I think we reported on that.
Also, you know, you could just get Twitch Prime and you can watch streams.
Yeah, that's
ad-free.
pretty great. Ad-free is
that.
nice. It's really great.
Well, too bad.
No!
That's going away.
Yeah, send us an email. They sent me an email saying, hey.
It's going away. Which I hadn't even realized. I'm like, shit, yeah, you're right.
Guys, I feel bad.
Twitch was a thing, right?
I always forget to use my Twitch Prime. The free subscription.
I know, you gotta
like
have that
subscribe?
thing. Like, anyone who has a affiliate status or more needs to have that little thing on their channel that reminds every so often. Like,
yeah, that's the only reason I use it this month at all. So I was watching someone play Overwatch, and then the thing that popped up says you could use your Twitch Prime, and I was like,
oh yeah,
right,
I could do that.
I should do that. I should do that. I guess this guy's gonna get a free. Good job. You get a Twitch Prime now.
But anyway, so Amazon Prime is ending the pre-order
certain
discount.
aspects of it. Yeah,
it's ending pre-order discounts the 28th of this month.
But they're giving something else instead. It's like a $10 off of certain games if you buy them through Twitch.
Which is funny because Best Buy's doing this, did the same thing for a while, which is just kind of, I think, maybe a cheaper way of doing it than, 20% off.
Yeah, because 20% off of every single game is
a lot. And it's only certain games.
This is not going to be $10 off any game. This is going to be $10 off of the games that we say you can get $10 off.
If you're going off of Best Buy's model, it's like they usually do like the big popular games like Mario Odyssey, Destiny, stuff like that. Like the big games. They're probably going to give it for that. But this will be going away soon, so you can still make Spider-Man's probably one
I was going to say, so check out what games you might want to get for slightly cheaper right now.
If you already had Twitch, you're still going to get the Prime benefits for a little bit longer. If you already had Prime, I should say, you're going to get the Prime benefits for a little bit longer than if you just subscribed. I can't remember what the actual cutoff was. There was like a thing that's like you'll keep it until end of September if you already had it, and if you just subscribed, you'll keep it till mid-September. And if you subscribe now, you won't get it at all. You're just gonna get the new thing that we're doing.
But furthermore, Twitch Prime, which you automatically get if you're paying for Amazon Prime, is ending ad-free support.
So it's
Twitch
one of
Prime.
the things you won't get anymore.
Yeah. So which is funny because like I've had Twitch Prime for so long because I had subscribed to Amazon Prime that I completely forgot that ads were like a thing that
play on
like,
Twitch.
To be honest, though, I get why they're doing this. I mean,
this
so
one
many people
they at least pitched it really well, because the pitch in the email was, we realize that our creators rely a lot on ads for their support. And we also get 80% of that ad revenue, but but our creators really need this. So
yeah, I think that's what this statement here.
Yeah,
that's what this statement here in the Polygon article says. It says,
yeah,
advertising is an important source of support for the creators who make Twitch possible. This change will strengthen and expand that advertising opportunity for creators so that they can get more support from their viewers for doing what they love. We want Twitch to remain a place where anyone can enjoy one-of-a-kind interactive entertainment, and ads allow us to continue making Twitch the best place for creators to build communities around the things they love and make money doing it. So very PR-y statement there. Although... let's see, who is this? One Twitch streamer tweeted, which they don't specify.
Oh, the $10 thing too is like a credit. I didn't realize that it wasn't $10 off. It's
I'll
like
be
a $10
very
credit.
blunt.
Credit you get later, yeah.
Removing two core features, ad-free Twitch and 20% off pre-orders, and increasing the price of Amazon Prime is pretty awful, said a Twitch streamer.
they keep upping the price too while reducing features.
And another user said, ad-free viewing was the only reason I subscribed to Twitch Prime. I can't play the games. I use Twitch on a MacBook, and there's no Mac/PC parity. FFS. PogChamp Kappa. No, I don't know. He didn't say PogChamp or Kappa, but yeah, I don't know. I feel mixed about this because again, like ads don't necessarily bother me, and if it is helping the streamers a little bit more other than just...
Well, here's the other thing. It helps only the partner streamers. It doesn't help affiliates, really, because affiliates can't run ads. Only partners can run ads, and partner is significantly harder than affiliate to get.
Which is really weird. On my this is a random personal aside here, but on my dashboard, I was messing around with stuff recently with all the settings changes and all that kind of stuff. And then on my dashboard, I think today... Oh, and now it's gone. That's weird. There was a thing that says, like, run ad on your stream.
Yeah,
There's
Twitch.
there's like a little thing, and I was like, but I'm not even affiliate, so why would I even? I'm not partner, and I'm not even affiliate, so why would I?
Twitch kind of fucks
want to run
up
ads,
sometimes,
and then now I've just gone to it, and it's no longer there. But it was like allowing me to do that for. I wasn't even streaming, but it was in the middle of the day today. It was like allowing me to do that if I wanted to.
Totally.
Now it's gone, so I guess that doesn't matter anymore.
Twitch sometimes really f's up, like in terms of when you're just poking around on your dashboard and stuff. Sometimes it's just like, what is this?
As I experienced, allow me to bitch for a second because twice my 2 last streams, the chat has just not worked at all.
They're gonna shut our stream down, Matt, if you complain too much.
Have you been using? You keep using the chat client, right, or using the app?
No, I've done it 2 different times. I've done it on my iPad. So the very first time we started streaming, recently again, did it on my iPad with the Twitch app. Perfect. Nothing, no problems at all. Saw the whole chat, talked to everybody. Great.
Yep.
Second time I do streaming, use the iPad again. No chat. I'm just like, no one's watching tonight. Bummer. And then like Ethan messages me and goes like, dude, why aren't you talking to me? And I'm like, what? And you send me a screenshot of like all the messages you've been laying in the chat. And I'm like, I literally, none of those have shown up on my iPad at all. And I like went over to the other computer or got my laptop out or something like that and looked at all and I'm like, they're all there. But then that was weird. So I thought maybe the app is bad at connecting to chat sometimes or something. I don't know. It's never happened before, but I guess that's a thing. And then this last time I brought my iPad, same exact thing started happening. And the only reason I knew that time is because I actually opened up Twitch on the other computer before we started and turned it to face us. And on my laptop in my lap was not showing the chat. On that computer over there, it was showing the chat.
Weird.
So I refreshed it a bunch of times on my laptop, and eventually it started working where it would work normally. But and I could type in messages on my laptop, and they would appear in the chat. So I knew it wasn't like logged out or something like that. They were not showing up, and even my messages weren't showing up in my chat.
My recommendation is maybe get Streamlabs chatbot, which actually connects to the IRC server itself, which might give you a better connection. It's an actual application you have to download on your computer, but that thing is really fast and responsive for me. I don't use it all the time because I've never had these issues with chat, but I've noticed it's very fast.
The Streamlabs chat worked fine, which is funny because the Streamlabs has its own interface, which shows the chat in the streaming software. That was always working perfectly, but the problem was we're playing the game full screen, so I couldn't see that chat while we were running. So yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It's not the end of the world. Minor complaints.
It's a minor complaint, but it's like things like that. It's always weird. It's like you're such a big freaking company. Like, can you get it together, Jeff Bezos? Can you put some money into this? Make it better?
As he earns another extra $1 trillion this year over last year or something ridiculous like that. But we gotta increase the price on Prime and take away the features that people pay for.
Hey man, when you're making zero profit, that's what you gotta do. You gotta acquisition, bro.
Yeah, so I think the ad one is definitely the biggest bummer for me. Like, I think I agree with what the whole it's nice for people to have affiliate, who are people who are partner status. That's the word. I was like, what's the word? People who are partner, for them to be able to get revenue. That's totally cool. But that's not the real reason. The real reason is that Amazon wants more money because, again, like Ethan just said, affiliates and just normal streamers who aren't anything yet, they're still going to have ads on their thing, and they're not going to get any of that money.
Are they? Do they actually have ads on normal streams? Because I always thought it was only on partners and stuff they would put it on there.
Maybe it's only on partners. Okay, if that's the case, if it's only on partners, I'd be okay with it.
It's not that bad. I think the only thing is people will be like, oh, well, I don't want to, if I'm not going to get ads, I'm not going to subscribe, so now I'm not going to get my free subscription that, maybe can help a poor affiliate or something.
But the thing, too, is that, honestly, I would not subscribe to Twitch Prime as a service in and of itself. Like, would they have that what was it, like Twitch Nitro or like Twitch Turbo or whatever?
Yeah,
they still have it.
The only reason I have Twitch Prime is because it comes free with my Amazon Prime,
100%.
which I will always have because it just saves me money.
Because we're part of the system now.
Yes, exactly. At this point, I can't not go back at this point.
The only reason I would drop Amazon Prime, honestly, is if it keeps increasing in price and keeps taking away features like this. The Twitch, again, not the Twitch stuff, but
Yeah, but every time I
they've
feel like every
dropped
time they drop a couple features, they always add a couple more. That I'm like, oh, okay, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Like
I just
Prime
feel like
Prime Video is actually like really good now. It has like
it's decent. Yeah, it's good. I don't use it very often though.
I don't use it often either, but it's always like, honestly, it's still
there
cheaper
if
than
you need
Netflix.
it.
Like it's still cheaper than Netflix and does like 4K for like cheaper. It's weird. It's crazy to me. And then but that's just how they do it with the zero profit thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of that garbage. Let's talk about Sony.
What's up, Sony? What's
up with
Sony
Sony?
up to?
What's up with this new scrolling thing?
I mean, this is a pretty basic story, but anybody who's tried to use the like the on console client for the PlayStation Store has run into an issue of not really being able to find what you're looking for very easily, because right now the search function is really bad, and it has been really bad. So basically what you do is you type in letter by letter, and it limits your thing depending on what it thinks you're trying to type. And then it brings up every single option that has that part of a word in it, but not in any kind of discernible order. So for example, the example they use here is they're searching for Anthem. And in the current client, they get to ANTH, and it's just a mess of anything that has.
They found it, but it's not even the #1 result.
Yeah,
despite
it's not the number
being
one
the
result.
Actual, first letter or first word.
You got all sorts of things, and then they have the new client, which brings up games, like an overview of games, rather than literally just piecemeal items that you can buy on the PlayStation Store.
And it actually shows images too.
Yeah,
which I kind of don't like. I kind of like the list view.
See, I don't. Well, I like it in theory if it listed like that.
If it listed like how it does in this new version, which is, a little bit more like, oh, if this is the first word, it ranks first. But this other one, it's just so much. You could just see so much more, and I like the fact that it has game next to it. I think that's a cool way to negotiate that. But that's my opinion. Regardless, this is still a better update because going up and down that freaking tile thing was terrible.
Yeah, it was a terrible way to do things.
I honestly bought most of my PlayStation stuff off the internet on the computer.
See, I did that mostly too until, for some reason, I don't know if I discovered this or if it was like that the whole time, and I just didn't know, was that my job was blocking my transactions and really fucking up stuff when I try to buy stuff at work to download it on my PS4 so that I could be ready by the time I got home. So.
And your work was blocking the IP or something?
Yeah,
or?
For some reason it was I can buy anything I want off of Amazon. Doesn't block any transactions on there, but for some reason
they probably just have a very standard web filter client that's just gaming, gaming is blocked or something like that.
It could be gambling. It could be gambling.
Right.
I don't think it's that. It's a lot of them just don't want you to. They're just Nazis about what they want you to do at work. You know what I mean?
Either way, when does this update drop?
I will say. I want to say really quick though. This doesn't improve the search, just the interface.
Yeah,
because
sure.
The results are still in not the best order.
Yeah, they're better though. They at least put Anthem first.
They're exactly the same order.
No, they're not.
No,
Art of
Anthem
Anthology is number 1.
Oh, it's not on there. You're right. Yeah. But Anthem is still third. Anthem Standard Edition is
Anthem's
still
the
third.
top one. It's
Anthem Legend of Dawn Edition. That's the fancy edition. The Anthem Standard Edition is still third, which is what it's like.
They want you.
They want you to buy the big one.
They want you to buy the big.
They want to buy the big.
And the other Heroine Anthem 0 Episode 1 is still fourth. So it's basically the same search, just with bigger pictures.
I don't like the bigger pictures.
Keyboard,
but regardless, the
keyboard
interface is good.
When does this update
It
drop?
doesn't say.
Yeah, it doesn't say. Interesting.
It's just it'll come soon.
It's so funny that
it's in a beta version
it's
already.
So funny that
they
how long has PS4 been out, and just now they're like, oh, maybe we'll fix
2013,
this.
2013 came out, I
If
think.
you guys are whining, we'll fix this.
Hey, baby, you can change your gamer tag. Nah.
That'll come maybe
Never.
at some point.
That'll come
I
when
don't know.
PlayStation 5 comes out. I'll be like, we'll give you a bum.
Hey, one's just a real quick one. You know how Assassin's Creed took some time off, took a year off, and then Origins came out, and then they're like, fuck it, we're gonna make another one, and Odyssey is coming out. Well, they're like, you know what? That really worked out for us last time. Let's take another break. So 2019 is gonna be an off year for.
I almost
Assassin's
wonder if the
Creed.
people developing, because obviously they saw whatever the next Assassin's Creed in developing. I wonder if they were just like, yeah, this needs a little time in the cooker. Can you give us another one of those years off things? Like, we need to do some more stuff. We're kind of ambitious over here. And they're like, yeah, all right, it's fine, it's cool, man. Then Vendi's not gonna buy us out. We could just do that.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe I don't know. Maybe
I don't know. I just don't know what. Like, I don't. How well did Origins do?
Origin was very well received, and I believe it sold very well.
Okay.
So I think they probably looked at that and was like, oh, okay, if we sit back and maybe don't completely annualize this franchise, actually make a good one.
Yeah, and don't just spit one out every year.
Yeah, because a lot of people are kind of cautious about Odyssey. They seem to like it from people who played it, but also they're just kind of like,
yeah, I've also heard kind of mixed things with the preview stuff of just kind of like nothing said about it seems broken, but just people coming out and going, yeah.
It's more.
It's like Origins, but
in a different setting.
It's different. It's kind of weird they called that one Origins, and now this game takes place 400 years before that.
It's called Odyssey.
Yeah.
It's Assassin's Creed.
Odyssey, Assassin's Creed. Odyssey, Assassin's Creed.
It's so weird how like the setting plays into it, because like I'm way more interested in this one than I was in Origins for some reason.
It does seem pretty cool. It seems like a cool setting. Like, that's the thing.
Classical era is cool.
It's just have fun through the ages, man. Just have a fun romp.
Fun through the ages.
Assassin's Creed. Why did they call it that? Assassin's Creed Fun Through the Ages.
Because
that'll be the pack when they release the like play all 10 games pack. It'll be Assassin's Creed Through the Ages.
The franchise pack and it'll say like something like over 3,000.
How much would the box set be of every single Assassin's Creed game? Not including them. Let's not include. We'll say you don't have to include the DS one and the Vita one.
Okay, so I think we've got. Well, let's try and figure out how many games are in this series. First of all,
Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2,
Brotherhood, Revelations, 3, 4, aka Black Flag.
The one that came out with Black Flag.
Oh, Rogue.
Yep. Rogue
what's the French one?
Unity. Syndicate,
and then Origins, and then
Odyssey.
Now 11. So it's 11 games.
11 games.
This game series started in 2007. It's like that is one a year. It has been one a year.
One a year, and that's not including like. I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now. There's definitely like in every single original one. It's like here's a DS game, here's a PlayStation Portal game, here's a Vita game, here's a Vita game, here's a Vita game. It's a lot of Vita games.
Yeah, they did quite a few of those.
A couple of Android games. Yeah, like
there's a movie. The movie would come in as well. The movie would come in the box set.
Oh, okay.
Because the movie's canon. Like the new, I think Origins or this new one has like tie-ins to that movie. I can't remember which one it is, but one of them has tie-ins to that movie, like side stuff. Not like main character stuff, but still.
There would be an Ultimate Collection.
It's 11. Let's just say there's like that's it. Just 11 games. Obviously, they're gonna make way more.
Honestly,
but like,
just because of the age of all of them, I'd say probably 150.
Yeah, I was gonna say around 200.
I think anything higher than 200 is more.
Unless it comes with literally every single one of these, like
it has
GS
been a very
games.
It would come in like a nice thing. All the games would be Steelbook.
Yeah, and also a statue or something, or something like
statue.
That'd
be you get the Apple of Eden.
You get the Apple. Yeah. I mean, who knows where the Apple of Eden is? That thing rotten by now? By the time they get into the last few.
I mean, it's some kind of weird.
Dude, the whole thing's rotten, dude. It was rotten. It was rotten when the moment they introduced that story.
Bring back Desmond. Who the fuck cares?
Everything about the story and lore of these games is bad. I wish it was just historical adventures.
Within the eras themselves, the stories are occasionally
fine. That's all fine. Yeah.
It's afterwards. Oh, they actually do have collections. The Heritage Collection.
Well, yeah, there's the Ezio Collection just came out not too long ago.
Yeah. They'll probably
which I almost got because man,
I don't actually want a Master Collection, but I
want to see it.
Brotherhood's fucking good. 2 is good, and Brotherhood's like the best one, besides maybe Black Flag.
Some nice short films. Anyway,
man, Assassin's Creed not coming out next year.
One was a groundbreaking thing when it came out,
and now it's like, oh man, another one of those, huh?
It wasn't great even at the time,
they
but
killed
It was very cool.
Prince
at the
of
time.
Persia so they could have this series.
This new one sounds
RIP.
like it's a very Witcher. The new Odyssey. Speaking of, it sounds like it's gonna be very Witcher.
Very
Oh yeah,
supernatural.
fucking
The
all the
romance options.
time.
You're like you're hunting monsters in this new one apparently.
Fucking all the time. What?
You're hunting monsters like real like apparently Origins had some of this too. Apparently,
Well,
But you fight
Origins
a
had like those weird like
You fight
god.
you
like,
fight an
challenges.
actual Medusa in this one.
What?
So apparently we're getting rid of the historical accuracy part too. And just
I mean, the
going full-
historical accuracy part has always been like.
Well, you can
on the
find that
fringes.
Kraken.
Yeah, I mean, you could
in
ask me
2.
about that.
What'd you say?
You could find like a Kraken in like I think it was Brotherhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
in
it's
one of,
been
like
kind
the
of weird stuff.
underground, like in
The
one
whole
of the
thing's been
underground.
garbage from the beginning.
The whole
Yeah,
thing's
like
just
it
been a
always has.
goofy like throw ride of like a very loose like we'll take some stuff from history and then just do whatever
Man,
with it.
remember when you're like chucking harpoons at stuff in Black Flag?
Ah, Black Flag was so good.
Black Flag's such a good game.
You mean whales? 'Cause I think
I mean,
Stuff.
it was,
No, I just
it
throw
was
you
sha-
throw at
there were
people.
sharks
Stuff.
and whales and I
Go
think
whaling.
you like murdering whales. Is that what you're saying, Ricardo? You love whale
At the
hunting.
time it was fun.
It was-
You're a pirate. What else are you gonna do?
Pirates didn't do anything else. They just dig up buried treasure.
Very treasure. That's all they do.
There's no.
Yeah.
So bad things about that.
It's like they didn't like steal anything. If that's what you're wondering.
They just went around and stole shit. What?
The Pirate Bay is where you just go around and just find little treasure flash games.
Yeah,
Those ones is
exactly.
like collect 5, click the dirt piles, and see which one opens up a treasure chest.
The Pirate Bay is my favorite bay.
Pirate Bay.
Xbox may have completely may
Keira
have a
Knightley.
completely subscription based option.
So there's
What the fuck does that mean?
this
Yeah,
is
option
a
for
little
what?
crazy.
Option.
I'm gonna explain it. Give me some
No,
time.
that's not good. Headline.
What the hell are you talking about, Ethan?
Listen here.
Explain yourself.
So
Dude, what is
this they're thinking about.
What is this, Ethan? Please,
This-
why aren't you just explaining it?
This is Xbox All Access. It's there. It's may come out. They haven't announced it officially yet, but there's reports from Windows Central
It's rumors.
that they think they're pretty well founded. That you could pay. I believe it is. Let me find the number. $22 a month if you sign up for 3 years or 2 years, and you get an Xbox One S, Xbox Live, and Xbox Game Pass for 2 years for $22 a month. That's what they're saying. So you can lock in everything.
Xbox Live and Xbox Game Pass.
and
$22
and the
a month.
Xbox itself.
Oh, you rent the Xbox?
You get the Xbox as
Or
well.
you lease
I
the
think it's like a
Xbox?
lease, and if you
Is
do
it at least to own or?
I don't think so. I think it's like you have to give it back when you stop paying. I think it's gonna happen at the Windows Store, so you can go up and be like, hey, I would like to sign up a contract for this sort of thing. You can also do an Xbox One for $35 a month. And get top of the line console.
You mean Xbox One?
One
X,
X.
sorry, Xbox One X. You're right.
Yeah, the most powerful console ever.
Yeah,
is what
most
you're
powerful
trying to say.
console. Yeah, you're right. Excuse me. Only $35 a month. So
This is
this,
like phone. we're in phone territory now.
yeah,
Get your
except you never own
Get your
it.
package, get your cellular deal.
Yeah, except it doesn't seem like
The
you actually
Xbox
own
One
Oh,
it.
so
yet.
you'll never own it. So in that
I
case,
don't think so.
it's almost not worth it unless. So what do you do? Do you turn it in when you're done?
I guess you probably turn it in, yeah, just like you do with you probably
It's
sign
only
some
gonna be
stuff.
worth
It's
it if
just
you're
like your
planning on
cable.
getting rid of that. It's only gonna be worth it if you plan on getting rid of that Xbox.
I
quickly,
mean,
otherwise,
Let's see. So
just
for
put it in-
$22 times, let's go with 24. That's about $528 you're paying over the whole time, which is about the price. It's about $200 more than an Xbox. So it does kind of include the Xbox Live and the Xbox Game Pass in it, which are both
is
about
what
like
$60 a year, and then
Yeah, so
$10 a month.
you
It's
basic-
$120 a year.
Mhm.
So and that's for 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's cheaper. It's cheaper than doing it. Yeah, I don't know. It's like not that much though.
It's cheaper. I mean, I think the thing that's interesting about this is it just is another way for some people who are like, I don't know if I'll play this all the time, or maybe I just want to dive in and see what this whole Xbox thing is about. Except the part where it's like you need it for 2 years. I think that's the part where people are like, I don't know about that. Because the nice thing about Xbox Game Pass is like, me and you subscribe to it still, but
Yeah.
like we can stop anytime we want. Like we just cancel it. I think
Stop whatever I want.
you can just cancel anytime you want. You don't have to commit to 2 years. Because at this point, you're basically doing like a cell phone plan. For 2-year commitment, you get a game console. But I think this is I think they tried doing this a while ago, But it's interesting that it might pop up again, and maybe because of the success of Game Pass, maybe some people are more willing to kind of take the plunge on it. I know I was at least a little more interested in this headline, just because it was like, oh yeah, so the whole subscription-based thing where that's going to happen. And on top of that, they keep having this rumored console, new hardware that's going to come out for like $160. Maybe they're going to do some sort of subsidy on that, where it's like it's only $15 a month, and you get to play all the Xbox games. And we'll just stream it.
So if you were to just buy an Xbox One, if you were to buy 2 years of Game Pass and 2 years of Xbox Live, presuming that you didn't get any discounts, like you didn't find an Amazon gift card for like a cheaper, version, you just bought everything the list price, you'd pay $660. That's what you pay for 2 years worth of that and owning the Xbox. That's how you. Obviously, you wouldn't be paying it all at once. That'd be over the course of 2 years. But
yeah,
if you just got the package, is $22 a month.
Yeah,
$22 times 24.
The math.
$528. So you're paying less for the 2 years than if you.
But then of course, if you go over that, it'll
that's
cost more. So then you're kind of in the red there. So it's almost like if you want to be like, just do the 2 years, try it out.
If you own it for 30 months or more, which is it's like that's 2.5 years. If you own it for 2.5 years on the pay every month thing, you've now spent more than if you just bought it.
Oh, never mind. I read this part that says after the 2-year contract period has been fully played, users will own their console as expected.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Wow, this is a much better deal then. It's not bad at all.
Better deal. It's a better deal.
But you're contracted in the pilot. So
your contract. The thing is,
that is like it's totally phone stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is totally
that's
phone.
like phone level
where
thing.
you own your phone after a while, and it's like, okay, cool, but you still have to pay the subscription to, the Xbox Live, because Xbox Live and Game Pass are together about, if you do it yearly, is about $15 a month, which isn't terrible.
If you so if you're doing this, that's cheaper to do it monthly, but then you're locked in for 24 months. I'm guessing after the 24 months that you can cancel the Game Pass or Live, right? At that point.
I mean, once you own the console.
I believe
once you own the console, I bet
you can cancel that and you just have the console.
This is a very interesting payment model.
It is. It's pretty nifty in a lot of ways, honestly. It's almost like, what if I sell my Xbox One and then just get a bunch of credit, and then put down for an Xbox One X. I don't think I'll do that.
Yeah,
I don't play enough of my
But then
Xbox,
what if
to
it
be honest.
becomes a phone situation where like in like 6 months they're like, hey,
here's a new Xbox.
Here's Xbox 2.
X2.
X2 X-Men United.
Yes.
X2 Xbox United.
You're right. It could be like that similar situation. But, I think it's cool, though, because this is for a lot of people who probably don't care. Because, honestly, the Xbox Game Pass is for a lot of people who are just like, well, I can't afford, I like gaming, but I don't really want to spend a whole lot of money on it up front. Like,
was it $34 a month? Is that what it was?
$35 for Xbox One X, $22 for Xbox One S. So you're saving a whole like $12 a month if you don't get the Xbox.
So the Xbox One S is One X is way less of a savings.
Yeah, I imagine so.
It's like a $20 savings versus buying the console.
That's still like
it's still $20.
Not bad.
If you have that much like forethought and vision that it's like, yes, in 2 years I will have saved this
and also
much money.
What you could do also is you could sell it back, and then maybe if they sell this program going, just rent a new one. Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird. It's a weird thing. I'm very interested in see how this will turn out. If it actually, they haven't announced it 100% officially yet, but I think it's a very interesting way to gain more users, which is what Xbox needs at this point. I could totally see some PlayStation people being like, "Well, it's only $22 a month. That's nothing.
Yeah,
that's cheaper than only a little more money in World of Warcraft, and I get all these free games."
It's cheaper than my phone bill. The thing about the free games is that there aren't that many of them yet. Like I've been paying for the $10 a month thing, but I'm like,
You also don't own an Xbox.
But
I keep thinking about canceling them, and I'm like, because I'm just like, I don't have actually that many games to play. I just have Sea of Thieves, which I enjoy playing.
Yeah, there's not much for a Windows
at this point,
player.
I feel like I should just go ahead and buy Sea of Thieves at this point. It'd probably be a better use of my money.
Yeah. Since you're not an Xbox player, I think,
Yeah, and there hasn't been anything else announced, is the thing. It's like they announced Sea of Thieves, they announced Syndicate 2.
And that's it. Like it's not a
Gears of
whole
War,
lot.
when that does come out, it'll be
The
on
new Forza
PC.
games.
I just don't care about those games.
Yeah, that's the tough part. Is like they still have that. Same
I thought
issue
about
of,
going
like,
back and playing Gears 5 because I think that's gonna get added to it as well. But I was just like, I really don't care about Gears of War.
I know that'd be fun to play with friends, and that's it.
Don't you mean
Maybe you and me could play that. Ethan.
Yeah, we could play
Maybe
that
you
game. We could play
can
that.
stream it. Gotta stream
Stream it.
everything. We can't just play something and have fun. We gotta stream it.
It's gotta be performance. Gotta have people watching us.
Look, man, you stream the games that you're like, I wouldn't really play this that much if nobody would watch.
That seems like isn't that not what Twitch recommends? Doesn't Twitch recommend like play a game that you like a lot or is interesting to you or you have a
I tried that with
on?
Diablo. Nobody watched it.
Oh,
Nobody watched my
shit.
Diablo stream.
Maybe play games nobody else likes, Ricardo.
JoJo.
No, people like JoJo though.
Yeah,
I
you're
like
right.
watching that game.
I always
to
get
win.
somebody popping in being like, let's talk about this character, this lore. And it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
I mean,
cool.
that's a good way. That's a good way to. That's a good way to.
I think it's one of those games that has people interested, but not enough people even know it exists, and they're like, see it, they're like, oh, cool. I like JoJo.
What up?
All right.
Yeah, I mean, right now you might got people looking for the JoJo stream as well.
yeah.
And got some extra people off that.
Especially because of that.
Now, what's this story? People added stories.
I added a story because
Yeah,
I want to
Ethan
talk
added a
about.
story.
I want to talk about these new graphics cards that come out with ray tracing. Ray tracing is the hottest new thing.
It's the
Have
new
you seen
buzzword.
it looks sexy. Honestly, it looks really cool. To be honest, this is the first time I looked at a new graphics
Sure.
card and was like, oh, that actually looks pretty
dude,
good.
nothing is gonna use nothing uses ray tracing.
There's quite a lot. There's Tomb Raider. There's Battlefield 5.
Yeah,
There is
these are games that are gonna be adding it in
Mech
last
Warrior
minute.
5, Metro Exodus. That's the thing, though, is I feel like it seems like it's gonna be one of those things that's gonna be easier for developers to actually develop for, because it makes their lives easier because they don't have to place a bunch of dynamic lights around the fake lighting effects. It's like, no, this is all natural. Because what ray tracing is
it's still extra work because they still have to do all those lighting effects because not everybody's gonna buy a 2080 and have ray tracing. So
True,
they still
you're right.
definitely have to do all those lighting effects. The consoles don't have ray tracing.
You're
so
right.
Definitely,
You're right about
it's
that.
extra work to add this in. It's not less.
What is cutting edge, baby? It'll be
Yes,
all
it is
consoles.
that.
It'll be all consoles next time. It probably
yeah.
will be. Just like Bloom. This is the new Bloom, guys. This is the new Bloom.
Yeah, I remember when that first came out and everyone
Is
loved
this-
it.
Yep.
The new.
And then they're like, well, we should turn this down a little bit.
What's the hair effect?
Tress effects.
Tress
Is it the new
effects.
Tress
The
effects?
Tress effects
It's
is
kind
bad.
of the
Tress effects.
Yeah, it's kind of
Tress
the
effects.
I think it's better than Tress
Ooh la la.
effects.
So let me. I'm done being cynical for a second. I got graphics card envy, of course, because that happens every time they announce a new graphics card, and I was like, man, I need a new graphics card. It's like I don't actually need a new graphics card at all, but I'm like, yeah, I need a new graphics card.
I want to get that.
Only $1,200. Duh,
No,
easy.
that's for the top one.
Only $800. Like that, even that's more than I've ever paid for a graphics card. Like
The 70
paid
version.
$500.
The 70 version is only $500.
Yeah, that's like what I always expect to pay for the 80 version. Like
Really?
that's like
I don't know.
Yeah, I paid $400 for my 80 version. Like
Oh, you
when I had
did
when
you
I
get
when
the,
I had
did you get it
I,
older?
when I had a not the one I have now. I had a 780. I think I can't remember what I had.
Mm.
And then now I have a 970. Is what I have right now. Which is honestly, actually, to be honest, showing its age just a little bit. But it's still fine. It's still perfectly.
Get a new graphics card. No, the best part is waiting the longest time to upgrade your graphics card and then getting a new one and then being like, oh!
Yeah.
And seeing how great everything looks on all these old
So
games.
I absolutely agree with you. This ray tracing thing this technology is pretty dang cool, and it's gonna be used a ton, but not in
yet.
the next year,
Yeah.
not in the next 2
Hey, man,
years,
just
maybe like 3 years.
I
from
gotta
now,
be the
it'll
hype man, but here's the thing.
Just like
Is this
VR.
stuff's really cool looking, and I love the effects on the car. It looks super sexy. Here's
Yeah.
the thing. They didn't show like any benchmarks of how actually good these cards are.
So I'm already hearing reports it's like 30% better than.
but no one says
These
no
are
one's
all
got their
estimates.
hands on
These are
them
all
yet. Yeah.
These are all estimates. These are all guesses.
And 30% is nothing to sneeze at. Like that's a pretty
But
good. That's a
it's
decent
not
jump.
worth double the price that the last ones were at.
They're not double the price. They're the same price.
They're not. The 1070 is not $500.
The 1070. If you look up a 1070 right now, 1070.
And
VGA,
Nvidia.
Amazon. Let's look this up right now. Let's settle this.
$300, $400.
$400. So it's $100 less. That's not double at all. That is only a marginal increase because these cards are also on the way out. So of course they're gonna start dropping the prices.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, if you have a 970 or 10,
graphics cards,
1070,
graphics cards are also obscenely expensive right now because of the stupid.
Well, no one bit mines as much.
We're coming down from that, but it's still way more expensive than they used to be.
And also, these are the
animations.
These are the graphics cards that are NVIDIA branded. These are not like the EVGAs. These are the other ones. This is like which are
Either your computer's running low on storage.
Oh god.
Are we gonna run out of fucking space to record this?
I don't
piece
know.
of
Let's
shit.
find out. I gotta move this over.
No.
Oh no, it's just
you already got a storage space.
It's just my C drive. I'll do some on the fly work here.
Okay.
But
Will
anyway,
that stop you from talking about graphics?
No,
cards?
I'm going to talk about more graphics cards. I know Ricardo
Ricardo's...
hates it. I know Ricardo hates everything about graphics. He just wants to work.
Just play the fucking game.
No, I want to look at it pretty. It's got to run fast. Look at that fire.
Anytime it's like a game drops a frame or does anything, he's just like, "Oh, this game looks like ass," and it's like,
yes,
dude, fucking, it's just a game. Just play the goddamn game.
It's distracting.
Oh, that texture didn't load quickly enough. This game looks like ass. Oh,
I'm not saying it looks like. I
yourself.
never say it looks like ass.
You literally use that term. I'm saying it exactly how you say it. You literally
go,
"Oh, this game looks like ass."
Not every single time it drops a frame. There are sometimes I do say that, but every time it drops a frame, yes.
I mean, yes, I'm hyperbolizing it, but like...
I'm letting you know. I'm letting the audience know.
No.
Not 100%
they don't
of the
even
time,
know.
But
this is your
I
character.
do say games look like I got because it can make you sick if you're looking at a low frame rate game.
Oh, my stomach.
Yeah, my stomach could hurt. There are people get motion sickness with lower frame rates.
We're talking about graphics cards.
I knew this would happen. That's why I brought this up.
We don't have to make this into a big old.
This is a personal thing.
We're
all hating each other forever now. No, it's fine. The
point
is,
it's not displaying in 4K. This game looks like ass.
I never play games in 4K.
He doesn't have a 4K monitor. I thought.
I have a 4K screen, but I
bet
he
just
TV,
like every night. It's just like cursing the fact that he doesn't have a 4K display.
I do have a 4K display. I just don't play things on it.
Okay.
I have a 4K display,
I'd rather
but my
have
card's
nice
not really powerful enough
rate.
to run things in 4K.
I'd rather have nice frame rate than play it in 4K.
So the game doesn't what?
So it looks crisp and fast.
Oh, okay.
So there's no slowdown.
Gotcha.
More
there's no drop frames, Ricardo. There can be no
drop frames are the devil. Anyway.
Every game must run at 60, otherwise he gives it a 1-star review. He goes on to Steam and he joins that.
This game is not optimized. Here we go.
Yeah. So anyway. What was I saying? What was the
takeaway?
The story was new graphics cards. They got some promising stuff.
What was it? What was the thing you're saying?
Don't buy them yet.
What is it?
Take a while. Ray tracing.
Ray tracing.
Which is a technique. Which is the first time they went to do.
Which is a technique when you take my former roommate and then you just like draw a line around him.
Draw a line around him. And then you get like the thin paper that's like see-through, and you put that on top of him.
And then you just like
you get it.
You
get it
you're dead.
all the way around. It does seem very cool. I have graphics card envy because I always want a new graphics card when they come out, and I see like, oh, it looks. So
I
much
personally am
better
probably
than
gonna wait till next iteration.
Yeah, but there's no point. There's absolutely no point. All the stuff that this can do is not going to be taken advantage of.
It's only on like a few games, and you might as well wait until more games take advantage of it.
Remember how Tomb Raider was the first game to have Tress effects as well? It was. That didn't look like her hair was constantly like it was underwater at all times.
I don't think Tress effects was touted as much as ray tracing, because ray tracing is actually used.
I remember it being touted.
Ray tracing is actually used in a lot of pre-rendered stuff. This is the first time it's able to do in real time. So this is actually like an actual thing that people do. So that's why I'm a little bit more on board than Tress effects. Tress effects was like, we got crazy hair tech. It's realistic, I guess. And then it's like, oh, do you want The Witcher 3 to lag like a lot? Sure, turn it on.
I'm not getting these new graphics cards either, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
You should stick it to the man.
I'm waiting.
Ricardo, you're not gonna grab the graphics card, put it on top of your Chromebook that you have, and just like bounce
slap it on there. You browse web pages way faster with that GPU acceleration.
Slaps Chromebook. This bad boy can hold so many audio recordings. By so many, I mean half of one.
Cool.
All right, next story. That's not
who
about
even
this.
fucking cares anymore.
Ricardo's salty. The podcast is over.
Man, whatever. I didn't even play this game. Are you gonna fuck up our audition file?
No, I just made sure it's fine.
God, this audition file looks like ass.
It looks fine.
It drops so many frames.
It dropped so many frames.
There's so much clipping. It's like ass.
It looks like ass.
There is a lot of clipping because there's a lot of screaming on it.
Yeah, you guys were really loud last week, by the way. I think your settings are a little high.
Yeah, I'm turning them down a little bit. It's because
he's turning them down now after we recorded.
There's definitely some clipping
for an hour, but
hey,
I've
anyway,
been noticing on my end too because I have a feed on how much you guys are.
Guys,
talking.
I didn't play this game.
Monument Valley, I looked down and was like,
Monument Valley's great.
It's
a great game.
I played
this
game.
It didn't.
I played it. I did not play the second one though.
So Monument Valley is being developed as a film by Paramount Pictures.
Interesting.
Which, let's see. Oh, wait,
makers of the Emoji Movie.
Which is going to be directed by Patrick Osborne, who apparently is directing the Nimona film adaptation. What is that? Click on that.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know
what is Nimona? Nimona is what is
Nimona. Nimona.
It's a graphic novel of some kind.
Yeah,
that,
I guess
that
this
artwork,
guy.
That artwork looks familiar. I've seen those characters. I think
this guy directed the Disney short Feast. If anybody remembers that one, that was a good one with the little dog that liked to eat food.
And his owner was.
So I'm guessing it's gonna be animation, of course.
Yeah.
For this.
So yeah, it says. Well, it says live action / CG film.
Ah, like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Yeah.
What live action / CG?
It's weird that
Yeah.
So Monument Valley, you guys haven't played it at all.
Well, he has.
I played it a bit. I didn't play that much.
It kind of has a story, but it's very storybook. It's not very like consistent through line with characters and dialogue. It's just kind of like, and then the princess came to the tower, and then you play like 6 levels, and then it goes like, and then the princess walked through the night and saw like it just kind of like describes things, but it's not very driven by a plot. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, that gives them more room to do whatever they want.
So I guess I just don't know what I just wonder what they're gonna do with it.
They probably just made it because they're like, wow, people really like this game because it was on House of Cards at one time.
Yep.
Have you heard of this game, Monument Valley?
And everything about
tap
that
everywhere,
show
and
has
they will go to the
aged
place.
well.
Yeah.
Yep, that show has aged well, and everyone on it involved with that project.
It's good stuff. Yeah, so
I don't know, man. They're still trying to make video game movies.
They still are, and none of them. I mean, I think the guys have a built-in audience. I think that's what they're going for.
They should just stop because they've already got the perfect one in production right now, Sonic the Hedgehog.
There's also the guy who made the Resident Evil movies, right? Is the one that's making the fucking Monster Hunter movie, right?
Yeah.
God.
That's gonna go real well.
Oh, I'm sad.
Don't worry, Monster Hunter doesn't have a plot to F up. So
I guess you're right.
You're not gonna be that. You're not really that disappointed.
My lore that I didn't care about anyway.
As long as there's a Meowscular chef in there, I think it'll be pretty good. If you know what, if he does the slow motion dogfight scene, but with the Meowscular chef cutting up meat,
it'd be pretty good.
You're right. I'm down.
That's it. That's all I need, and then we're good.
Yeah.
On the Monster Hunter movie. But then after that, Sonic the Hedgehog, and then boom, we're done. That's it. No more movies need to happen.
No more. No more.
Done. We're cutting them off.
You know what I wanted to see?
Ben Schwartz as Sonic. That's all we need. That's it.
It is because I just saw it. Just because I saw it last year for the other half is Street Fighter.
Street Fighter's good.
I mean, it's entertaining.
That's all I want in a movie is to be entertained, and that movie is very entertaining.
Of course.
Quick, change the channel.
It's so good. It's so bad. I think I personally prefer that one over the
It does that movie does contain one of the best villain lines ever. I'll give you that one.
Yes.
Other than that, Blanca is terrible in that.
Yeah.
Dawson is equally terrible.
Blanca. Also,
is equally terrible.
Guile is way American.
Yes,
way American.
Yeah.
Let's get on my boat. And I'm going upriver. I'm going to kick that son of a bitch. Bison. So hard!
You could go home. Or you could come with me!
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Are there any quotable lines from Mortal Kombat? 'Cause I don't think there are.
Shit.
There's the
those
part where he
were
gets
$500 sunglasses.
Goro gets hit in the balls and goes.
Yeah. And literally, that was from the same scene. Too.
Until we got that audio clip.
And then Scorpion says, "Get over here."
Yeah, Ed Boon. That's Ed Boon's voice right there.
That's dialogue. That's all the news. So that means that there's only one thing left. It's time for trailer trash.
Trailer trash, of course. Get it out.
Trailer trash, the segment that we do every week on the podcast where we watch a series of trailers and then try to pick the best one. I'm usually right. Ethan and Ricardo sometimes are right with me. Otherwise, they're wrong. But you know what? That's how it goes.
You're right or you're wrong.
That's how it is when it comes to trailers. When it comes to objective things like which is the best trailer,
yeah, it's a very serious.
It's a very serious matter, and we only hold them to the highest standards every time. We had a lot of trailers this week because of Gamescom.
Yeah.
So let's get started with FIFA 19.
This is
the story trailer. The story trailer.
This sounds like EA saw the success of that one Madden, and they're like, "Oh, we should probably."
Well, the FIFA game has had story for the last couple of years as well. Yeah, that Alex Hunter. He's a character. Yeah, he's a returning character from 2 games. Huh. So yeah, they're doing a weird thing where they're continuing this story throughout their. And I think that these stories in these sports games are a nice idea. I think some are executed better than others.
What about the Spike Lee joint?
Spike Lee joint was like
Ghost
basketball dude at the end. I have that game. Someday I want to play that.
You never played that. You never played. That's the reason though. Why would you? Have you played the game at all?
I played it. And I was like, man, I don't know basketball.
Why did you get that game?
It was on PlayStation Plus.
You say you're looking at Ethan and you say this guy's a baller, right?
I love the basketball.
I'm glad we could. I hope we could free that too, because that's a pretty good one as well.
But yeah, man, you gotta scan your face in, and you gotta do the whole 9 yards there, man.
You gotta play the story mode.
Yeah.
So what?
This one is like dramatic. It's all drama. It's all like someone watched an episode of like current prestige television.
Some
was like
kind of HBO show.
Yeah, we could do that, but with soccer. That's what we're gonna do with it. There's 3 storylines happening at the same time.
Yeah,
They're all kind of intertwined. The 2 soccer rivals, it seems.
Yeah, and then there's a lady.
The lady is like related to both of them in some way.
She got a whole together. She's in her own league, you know.
One guy's got a family
this
issue.
Dude who's like, also my last chances.
That's how it sounds.
I've got to retake my family's name. I do mess abuse. Yeah.
The Foresters will rise again.
Yeah.
It's also weird how this is like built the Frostbite engine.
Please.
No, they've been doing that for other.
I know it's been doing a while.
Madden's been doing that too. I think.
Always blows my mind that they're like this engine is made for shooting mans.
Yeah, that's why it works so great in Mass Effect Andromeda, you know?
You're right, it works great.
Like EA was like, we've bought a company that has an engine. I guess we're just going to cram that engine in everything so we don't pay Unreal any more money.
Hey, you know, I heard one thing I said, Mass Effect Andromeda, the gameplay is actually pretty good, and that's the only part that's good about it.
Yeah, but the animation isn't.
Somebody should buy that Fox
that's the engine.
Somebody should buy the Fox engine and use that in some more shit.
Nah, Konami needs that.
Anyway.
Konami's gonna use that.
Oh wait, yeah, they probably used it for Metal Gear Survive, huh?
Yeah, they did.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I always forget that game was a thing.
Yep, this year.
Yeah, remember how that was like that game got announced and everyone was like, "That's gonna be garbage," and then it got close to release and like people in the press were like, "This game might be good," and then like the game came out and they was like, "Nah, this game was garbage."
It's bad.
It was like close to coming out and everyone was like, "Wait a minute, maybe it's not garbage." Oh no,
there's some fun stuff here. Oh wait, no, it's not.
No, it's bad.
A game we've actually all played, but not this version of it, is Reigns. Actually, have you played this game?
I played Reigns and I played Reigns Her Majesty.
Oh, see, I only ever played the first one.
I only ever played
still
Reigns.
have the first
Reigns Her
one
Majesty is cool
installed.
because
I'm sexist.
You play as a queen, and she has her own different issues because you're not directly ruling the kingdom. You're influencing the king
you're
to do things too.
Cool.
It's interesting. So that kind
Oh,
of
that's interesting. I didn't realize it was that. I thought you just played as a queen that ruled the
same
kingdom.
thing. No,
like, the first.
you actually are.
I mean, I knew there was different. I knew there was different cards, but I just thought you know.
Yeah,
you
it
were
plays
queen.
by that. It plays off that whole like dynamic of like, well, you actually don't have any power, but you have a lot of influence.
Yeah, so
with it, which
reigns is
cool.
basically kind of what would you say? It's like a kingdom ruling
Kingdom
game.
management,
Kingdom management
but you
game,
just make
but
decisions.
with like with Tinder mechanics, where swiping right is like, yes, I agree with this decision. Swiping left is like, no, I don't. Like,
I don't agree.
Sometimes it's also just like two different options. That
Yeah,
are just, like,
or sometimes
they're
they
often
both
yes or
don't.
no, but sometimes it's just kind of like
Or sometimes they're both like, what and huh, like
yeah.
just gotta.
Especially because if you failed, you get one more card, and you can swipe that one, but it does not matter which way you swipe at that point.
But this is
Game of
Reigns
Thrones.
with Game of Thrones tied into it, and so
which is like at first I just thought it was like gonna be a thematically kind of skinned, but like when it gets to the gameplay part at the end, it's
It
like nah,
actually
this
has
is full on like got the characters in it from the game. So I don't really know.
I mean, they're in the Reigns style though, where it's very simple.
Yeah, they're all the cartoony style, and it's nice animation.
It's a cool idea. It's a
it
cool
looks neat for
combination.
sure.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, because the thing about Reigns is that you play as like a monarch, and then sooner or later that monarch dies either by your dumb decisions or like it just eventually the game kind of becomes very difficult to manage regardless of how well you're doing. And so your monarch dies, and then you play as some kind of heir of that monarch. And I don't know how that would work in Game of Thrones. If you would you just inherit another character that exists in that?
Are you going to be
world?
playing as? I don't think I doubt you're going to be playing as story characters. Right?
I don't
because,
know.
like,
The thing is like I think in one of
the story characters seem like they're the ones that are talking to you.
yeah, but like it's if you look at the end here, I think it says something like, "Oh, Jon." As if like you are playing as Jon Snow or something.
Oh,
let's see. Hold on.
Maybe it does.
Let's see.
Let's get to the ending part.
Wait, no, it's almost there. What
It's
what
there,
the
yeah.
fuck,
Sorry,
dude?
I misheard you. Okay.
Oh well, now you passed it.
Now it's too late.
Now you fucking passed
Okay,
it.
maybe
dude.
maybe you are playing as the characters.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, I don't
go
know. King
go
John,
back
yeah.
a little bit further. Yeah, go back a little bit further.
Oh man.
Yes,
look at
King
this.
John. Okay, so it seems like you might be playing as Jon Snow,
So maybe
but I don't know.
potentially.
But you guys are up to date on the show. I don't know how much spoilers you want to say.
I mean, yeah.
That would be the only character that would matter that wouldn't matter if they died or not. Okay, I guess I'll leave it at that.
Anyway,
King of the North.
King of the North. Yeah, this game looks neat. I'll see what the reaction of it is. If it's just like, hey, it's more Reigns, I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked Reigns. I really liked
it.
Reigns. I thought Reigns Her Majesty sounded cool. I just like had played a lot of Reigns.
Yeah, I played a lot of Reigns.
So I was just kind of like, that seems like more Reigns, and like that game was really good. But it'd be cool to see that team make something different.
Yeah, you're right.
Next trailer. What was the next trailer? Next trailer was Strange Brigade.
Which is a very...
We saw a trailer for this a while back.
Yeah.
I
but
don't
this
think I
is
was there
a
for
launch
that.
trailer. You might not have been.
Yeah.
But now this trailer doesn't really show any kind of actual gameplay. It shows a lot of stuff, but doesn't actually show any actual gameplay. So what this game, what we gather is kind of like almost like a
I think a Vermintide
like
is
Left 4
probably
Dead or a Vermintide is probably Vermintide.
This game looks like it has loot. I bet this
Yeah.
game has loot in it, which Left 4 Dead does not have.
Probably, and also the different characters look like they have some kind of unique skills depending.
Yes, they all look like they are different.
Like this dude that's on screen right now, he looks like he's some weird magic caster. He does a couple of magical things throughout the game.
There is a this game may be a little culturally insensitive. There's like a lady in lady in your crew with the black skin face paint all over, and some of the enemies are also kind of savages looking.
I don't know.
The main black character, she's all dressed up like a native outfit and
it's
has
kind
a
of
very thick accent.
It's totally it's
of its era.
It's the thing is like it's definitely
aiming
for a like a a serial style like adventure.
Yes. It's going for that like Indiana Jones
vibe,
or
yeah.
level,
or whatever that Indiana Jones was like inspired by those kind of things.
Based off of that kind of stuff, and it has those characters as playable characters at least, so that it's not just not just like a bunch of dudes going in and killing.
And there is
also
was that guy's name at the end?
He's a black guy.
Yeah,
He's a black guy who looked really cool.
He's a Victorian guy. He might even be the narrator. He might be the narrator.
Yeah, he looked very cool.
Winston Bay is his name. Yeah,
he's playable.
Yeah, and he's free if you get the game or something. I don't know.
If you buy the game,
so
you get to play the character.
This trailer just basically shows like a couple of different settings. Like there's
like Egypt.
There's some kind of
pharaohs,
jungle.
I think what's
jungle guys.
cool about this trailer to me is they showed there's actually
giant
like,
statues,
puzzles you have to do with 4 people.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like you'll be making your way through some sort of labyrinth. It sounds like every game will be like a I bet it's gonna be randomly generated or not.
Yeah,
like
so very
generated.
Vermintide.
I bet. Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of. But Vermintide is set levels.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Again, this might be too. I'm making a prediction here based off of nothing I found 100% certainty on. But like, if it has puzzles and stuff, and they're the same puzzles every time you play, I feel like that's gonna be.
That get old, right? Yeah. I was.
If they have just kinds of rooms that can just bolt together, and then.
But maybe this isn't a game that you need to play the same level over and over and over.
Yeah,
again.
maybe it's not, but it looks like that. It looks like a loot-based multiplayer game.
The only thing that kind of discourages me is that Matt did look up the price, and it is a full $50 purchase.
Yes,
and so in a game that
we don't know how much content right now. We've only seen 2 environments.
And in a game that is very obviously seems like it's very cooperative based. If you can't convince at least 1 to maybe 2 other friends that this game is worth spending their $50 on, I feel like you might have.
There is like a 4-pack I think
idea.
That's cheaper.
Probably.
They tend to do that with like
it's
Steam
like 100
games
something
with cooperative.
That's not bad, honestly. 100. That's not that bad. Everyone goes in for 25.
What was the name of it again? It's
Strange Brigade.
Strange Brigade. Yeah, I mean, this game looks cool. I would love to check this game out, but I'm just not sure again that I can justify a
type of game like that for that price. Yeah, I think I'd have to see some reviews, kind of poke in and actually see how deep this game is.
I am wrong. It's not a 4-pack, which is what I hoped it was. It is the deluxe edition, and it comes with the Steam controller.
Oh,
so
that's
it's
not at all
$71 for the deluxe edition, and then $30 for the Steam controller, which nets you $101.
Dream controller for another copy of the game.
Yeah, it's like I don't
want
this game doesn't look like it would play well with the.
It really doesn't. I don't know. It seems like a neat concept. And
we'll
it's from a relatively unknown studio.
If you pre-order it, you get 10% off.
The only thing I know that this Rebellion studio makes is I remember they made a PSP Star Wars Battlefront game that I enjoyed.
Oh, I played that too.
It was the one that like had. It was the one that had like space to ground battles in a weird way, and you could customize your character as like in your class as opposed to like picking a set class. Like you could even put different colors and shit on. It was a weird game. I liked it. I don't know if it played that well ultimately, but it was fun for what it was.
There is a campaign apparently. There's like a set path, so who knows.
Well,
there are obviously modes where you can repeat.
I want to see what the critical reaction to this game is because it looks interesting.
I'm very interested in it for sure, but it is not a small purchase.
Asking price, yeah.
Yeah, but this could be a cool multiplayer game, even if this play like Fallon and Amber or something like that, or if people are interested. So we'll see.
All right. Well, what about this other game that doesn't cost any money to get into?
What? Space
Lord? A multiplayer game.
Oh, I remember this character from Star Wars, the Space Lords.
The Space Lords.
I like how he's got a weird undersuit that just perfectly contorts to his muscles.
But like, is that or is that like
just like in real life?
Just him.
Skeleton? Is that like his like?
Yeah, he has blue. He has blue on his like. Look at like the blue scar he has on his
eyes.
face.
Like, is that his like cyborg? Like the only part that's like his human is like that one part of his face.
He has like cyborg skin. So he's got carbon fiber skin.
This trailer. Sorry. This trailer goes.
It makes it hard to tell what game this is.
It kind of, on first glance, it looks like kind of like a horde-based game where you get to play different
So this is like a
sections
big old
with your
boss?
friends.
I'm trying to look up what this game is.
And-
Well,
yeah,
you
go ahead.
try and explain.
And
the trailer.
you got a bunch of different wacky characters. It seems to be the draw is that you get to pick different characters. And it says at the end of the trailer, all the campaigns are free and all future campaigns will be free. So it sounds like they're trying to be like, okay, we're going to make new content for this game. We're going to keep making new content so you keep playing. And then you'll get to play new wacky characters.
You'll buy the loot boxes, which will have
new characters,
cosmetic items.
new cosmetics.
No,
stuff like
did
that.
you say all the new characters are free? Or
I didn't say that. Only campaigns.
No, it's a new campaigns. All campaigns, past and present, will
Which
be
is the best way to do it because that I think EA even realized this. It's like, okay, well now we'll be able to play
is this
all
a multiplayer
all people.
versus game?
I don't think so. It looks
No,
like
I
you're
don't
killing
think so.
hordes.
So get this.
I don't think so either.
This
but,
is a game formerly known as Raiders of the Broken Planet.
Okay,
that
so this
is now
not a new game.
relaunching on PS4 as a free-to-play platform. It's developed by Mercury Steam, but that developed the Castlevania Lords of Shadow games.
Oh,
That's yeah. So
the first one was a.
I
flawed
really,
gem.
really like, but you know, I really like the first Lords of Shadow, but also that was
The second one's bad, isn't it?
Yes, and also it was in conjunction with Kojima Studios, the first one. Second one was not. But also Mercury Steam also made that new Samus Returns.
Oh, and that one was considered really good.
Yeah.
Like everyone was really worried that they were gonna flop that one because of their past history, and everyone really liked that one. So
Well, this one's still up in the air. Space Lords, who knows?
Okay,
but
so it says
Yeah.
it's coming out
according
soon,
to the
right?
it's it's I think the
this is the
28th.
launch trailer.
So Space Lords, according to their own website, it says Space Lords is a brand new take on the shooter genre through its 4 versus 1 counter-operative campaign. You experience both sides of the story. Join the Raiders in their fight to free the legendary Broken Planet, or switch sides and fight as the antagonist alongside the invading hordes. So it is an asymmetrical game.
Huh.
It always
So it's
goes
like
well.
Evolve.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
I was gonna
Evolve.
say it almost sounds like Evolve.
Which Turtle Rock Studios came out and said that was impossible to balance. But maybe these guys figured it out. I don't know. It's free to play, you know, almost like Evolve. So I'm interested to kind of try it. I'm interested.
Yeah, it's on PlayStation, right? So maybe we should check it out together if it's co-op.
Okay, so it's weird. So it talks about here on this website, it says, okay, let's see. Sometimes the path of good and rights is not the path you want to follow. Sometimes being the bad guy is fun, right? Being a raider requires teaming up with raiders and working together for the greater good. But what if you're not interested in the effing greater good?
They
And
said,
then
I
you can
swear.
also be the antagonist too, which is a traitor type mechanic where you turn on your team. I don't know. There's a lot. This game.
This is like a lot. This
game's got
like,
a lot of stuff going on with it.
This like other free to play games seems like the sort of game that we're gonna all download, jump into it, and be like, "What the fuck?
then
How do we
realize
play?"
that,
And then
like,
there's been a million updates that we never saw that we just no longer are able to just jump into this.
But again,
now.
but again, it's like this game has existed on another platform,
yeah,
but is completely relaunching on a platform it
guess
hasn't
it's gonna be a
existed
lot of
on.
people
So
that
I
won't
guess
be,
it could.
yeah.
Everybody's still on the same playing field. I don't know. This is weird. I might check it out.
Yeah.
but-
So there's 4 classes and each of them have like 5 heroes. Class it looks like.
Yeah.
There's a sniper, a hunter-killer unit. I don't know what that means. An aerial assault unit, and
sounding more like Evolved.
and an assault unit. There's aerial assault, hunter-killer, and sniper. Not hunter-gatherer, hunter-killer.
And there's no support. There's no tank, unless I
mean,
guess
I'm
one of those
guessing
could
that
be
one of those classes will basically end up being
tank.
the support/tank kind of thing.
All right, let's move on now. Because we
What
talked
does
a
this
lot
mean?
about Space Lords.
Look at all these things. This game seems huge. Like, what is it? What is it? We still haven't found out what you actually do in the game.
Yeah, well, we'll have to
Who
try
cares?
it ourselves.
Move
We'll check it
on.
out. We'll jump in later and we'll be bad at it, and then say it's not good.
Why are you shuffling playlists?
Battle Chef. He's running out of space.
Don't shuffle it.
Battle
Just click
Chef
them up.
Brigade Deluxe. This trailer is a fun little animated trailer.
Yeah, for a game that's already out, but it is now, speaking of games re-releasing, this is re-releasing on PS4 as Battle Chef Brigade Deluxe.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a neat little animated trailer, shows off some of the cool art style in a really fun, like, anime opening.
It shows all the characters.
I was really intrigued by this game, but then it only came out for Steam and Switch. So I haven't gotten a chance to play it, but now it's finally...
What is deluxe about this game other than it's
I don't know. That's the thing is, like, I don't know if did the game
was there
DLC?
Yeah,
Was there any
DLC
sort of DLC or add-ons later down the road? And furthermore, I mean, maybe it's just the fact that it's on PS4. Sometimes they do that.
Maybe.
Like, it could have maybe...
I think because PS4 has a thing of, like, we can't be second to get the game. Like, I think that's actually a real thing that they have in their thing. Like, yeah, you can't, like, release a game that you've already released somewhere else. So you have to, like, even if it just means throwing on the word deluxe and then, like, there's one new character that you could talk to. That's like, or something, something like that level. You could just do that and say Sony's
There's
needs.
a new graphical setting. I don't know. So yeah, that's a neat trailer.
It's a cool little fun little trailer. It's a good anime intro of just showing everybody, showing that food, showing the meat getting chopped up. I gotta play this game. I really wanted to play this game when it came out. I never had the chance.
Yeah.
And now I have it with Twitch Prime, so I should check it out. Seems fun. Yeah. Cool trailer.
Let's move on to Anno 1800 official Gamescom,
which I didn't know was a
long-running series.
A series. Yeah.
This is probably at least maybe 8 entries in this series. I could be completely wrong. But there's a lot. I remember playing one ages ago. I've only played one. I really liked it, and it's just a chill game. Like, these games are all about building up your empire, but doing it through trade.
Yeah, this is the seventh. This is the 7th game in the series.
Okay.
The first one came out in 1998.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Anno 1602, Anno 1503, Anno 1701, Anno 1404, Anno 2070, Anno 2205, and now Anno 1800.
So we went back.
Why is this the only one that has, like, no additional numbers added?
There was something about the way they add the numbers together.
It all adds up to 9.
It
always adds up to 9 every single time. It looks like.
So this is
That's
the one.
funny.
Anyway,
there you go.
I haven't played one of these games in a while, but it is a very, very pretty freaking looking version.
I was gonna say
this.
it's a neat looking game. I don't know if anything that it seems like you're doing in it is anything that I'd want to.
You don't want to hang out, make trade routes, make allies, and try to figure out, like, man, I really, my people really want cotton, but we don't have any cotton on this continent. We have to then go to another continent that's selling cotton, and then make a nice trade route and make peace with the pirates in the area so they don't attack us.
See, I was gonna say, you know what I've said. This
no.
I was gonna say I've said this too many times, and it's just gonna get blasé. I just want
you just want the Ray marketing or whatever it's called. It was Ray shielding, Ray tracing. Ray tracing.
No. I just want to play Sid Meier's Pirates.
That's great.
I just want to play.
I like this commentary, ship, boat, cloud, or house.
Yeah,
these are all present in the trailer.
Things that were there.
Next trailer. That game
Thank you,
looks
Rectangle
sweet,
Boy.
but it is more.
It looks pretty. Anna looks pretty. I'll say that.
What about Underworld Ascendant trailer?
This looks like Thief.
It looks like
this is the Thief series.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this game.
Don't you know?
This is a weird mash of, like, Elder Scrolls, Thief, and
it's got kind of like that weird, like, element
Might
magic
Magic.
combining, like like some of the Might and Magic games.
It is definitely a style of game you look at and go, yes, I'm into this. I look at this game and do, yes.
No, I don't
very
want
much.
I'm bad at first-person stealth games, and I
do
not enjoy playing them.
The magic stuff seems neat.
I really wanted to get into Dishonored. I really wanted to get into Dishonored so bad. But it did not
tickle your fancy. Yeah. This game looks kind of cool in certain parts and then looks kind of bad in other parts. Some of the animations look a little weird. But a lot of that stuff, it just looks like weird Skyrim to me.
I forget
sad.
who
That feels really dismissive.
Who's making this? Is Phil Spector? Wait, Phil Spector.
No,
Fuck. What did I say?
Warren Spector?
Warren
It's
Spector.
Phil Spencer.
Phil Spector is that
It's Phil,
guy.
I believe he might be producing it.
Who
and also
killed
there's
Mike
Phil
or something.
Spencer. There's also maybe who you get confused with there. Yeah,
Might be Warren
this game does not look like a bad game at all. I just know that I am immediately not
I think
interested.
I think it was the guy whoever worked on Epic Mickey.
Yeah,
was that
that's-
Warren Spector?
That's Warren Spector, yeah.
I think it's Warren Spector is working on this game.
This game looks colorful. The world looks like
Just like Epic Mickey.
creative.
like Epic
yeah.
Mickey.
and that didn't go wrong.
People
Uh,
liked Epic Mickey. I don't know why.
I played Epic Mickey. I played
I've
Epic
never
Mickey,
played
and it is a game that is like
I really
you want,
wanted to like
you
it.
want so dearly to like Epic Mickey. You're playing it, and there's so many things in Epic Mickey that is like, this is so cool. And as you're playing Epic Mickey, you're like, stop fighting, game, please let me
Yes.
like you. Stop trying to push me away. I just want to love you.
Okay, yeah, it's great that I have these two mechanics. I can paint or I can use.
That part was fine. It was like the
that's cool,
terrible
but then
camera,
it's like, and then
the
you also have to
floaty
use
controls.
these weird spray controls on enemies
So
to be able
Warren
to attack.
Spector's
Yeah.
not involved in this game.
He's not?
No.
Yes, he is.
It looks like a game he would be involved. No, isn't he? No, he's involved in actually like remaking systems, right? Or
He's
doing
involved in
something
that. He's
new.
involved in another game too. There's 2 games he's working
Yeah.
on. This is not one of them. This is actually the sequel to Ultima Underworld. And Ultima Underworld 2: Labyrinth of Worlds. So, yep.
Cool.
There you go.
We've
It
talked about
says
this
right
game
here in
more
Variety,
than
watch first trailer for Warren Spector's
Shit, I
Underworld
couldn't find it
Ascendant.
on the
Go
Wikipedia.
get fucked.
Damn.
Man,
got
man,
told.
man.
Got
Twice-
told.
People need to stop disagreeing with me.
I
I don't say shit
Twice now.
I don't say
Twice now,
shit
Ricardo
just.
has owned Ethan.
I don't say shit just because I say shit. I say shit because I'm fairly sure of what I'm fucking talking
Fairly
about.
sure. That means there's a room for error.
Very little.
That's true. This is a
Anyway.
true fact. Anyway, let's go to the next game.
Oh, okay.
As I've been owned, I don't want to look at this game anymore, and I'll never buy it because I was owned.
All right, so we have Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. Speaking of having a sense of what's going on and knowing.
Oh, yeah, a
what
very
we're
This
sense
talking
is one where
about.
Ricardo steps back and goes, I don't know anything about this game despite playing a couple of them.
Yeah, I've played a couple of them. I don't know anything that's going on here.
Yeah.
Man, I remember.
no.
Well, because I remember there was a time when I would play games, specifically Japanese developed games, and be like, "This is normal." Like, sure,
That's
this
how games are made.
this insane story is like normal.
Yeah.
Why not? It's just a video
This is-
game.
This
But-
is fine.
But now it's allowed me to step back and be like, "This is anime. This is an anime storytelling."
When you're a kid, you don't really realize that, like Pokemon.
well,
and
this
Sailor
is just a
Moon
very
are anime,
anime
Dragon
trailer
Ball.
too, and I think I mentioned this while we were watching it, but I really like a lot of anime. Okay with dumb anime tropes sometimes, but like
oh yeah.
anime trailers kind of bug me because the games like Kingdom Hearts does the same thing. Like a bunch of other games have done this.
I
It's
mean,
not
even
just this
like
game.
Kojima does this.
Yeah,
like, all
Kojima
the
does
time.
it too. I don't like it. It's just like we're just gonna play lines of dialogue, and none of the lines of dialogue are a single scene. They're all just chopped up from completely disparate parts of the game. They have nothing to do with the last line of dialogue. It just kind of like it's just like and over and over and over for like a good like 30 seconds. This trailer does something like
I feel
that.
like what they're trying to do
It's
is
like,
set like
what?
a tone. But the
Yes,
tone
because you
is
got the music swelling in the
But
background.
the tone is
and,
just anime. Like it's
Yeah.
just it's like almost every anime trailer where it's just like everything's dramatic happening. This thing you thought it was, not what you thought it was.
but what was it? What did you think it was? You don't even know because you didn't
Exactly, you
have
don't
time
know,
to really
so-
look at it and see.
Also, we're gonna talk about like, oh, that
Deep-
plane.
yeah, like
It's never been.
non-navel gazing.
Yeah, and like naming like because anime I feel like does this more than a lot of other pieces of media where it like is like I'm gonna say minute details about this obscure thing that you probably don't really know that much about, and you're just
Yeah.
gonna have to take it at face value and like I'm telling the truth.
Nope.
So it's like that plane is 30 years old. It wasn't used for blah 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 years, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, wow, okay,
That was my,
Why
my
are we even
grandfather told me
fighting?
about that plane.
yeah.
The military wants us to fight, but why are we doing it? It's just like stuff like that. Of like,
Okay.
what did we even trust in ourselves for? If we can't believe anyone.
Plane has a force field.
Yeah, and this plane was a giant force.
Also, these games are like really intense, like simulations.
I like the way they look. I think these games look really pretty.
Yeah,
it's weird because like,
and this one looks even more kind of sci-fi-y than some of the other ones I've seen in the Ace Combat series.
It looks cool.
I know they have sci-fi elements in them, but this
it's no Tom Clancy's Hawks.
No, it's no Hawks. But what's Hawks?
Hawks is Hawks.
Tom Clancy's Ethan Hawks.
Oh,
got him. All right, moving on. Next game is Darksiders 3. Just like Assassin's Creed going F it to historical reality, this game goes F it to the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, the real Four Horsemen that actually existed. I'm tired of this historical inaccuracy in games.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, the thing is it's
that's
like...
already been established. That's been established that Fury instead of Pestilence. I think this is a replace of Pestilence, or is this a replace of Famine?
It could be either one, because I doubt they'll use either one in here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
point is, it looks like more Darksiders.
Yeah, I was gonna say Darksiders started as basically kind of like a Zelda clone. Artwork by famous comic book artist Mike Madrera, who did a lot of.
I was gonna say artwork by Blizzard.
He did a lot of. He did a lot of '90s like X-Men comics. So I don't know if any of that comes through in some of the characters.
Yeah, I can see it. To me, it just reminds me of like every Diablo and World of Warcraft character.
Yeah, you're right.
They all look like that.
So the first one,
which is probably because Blizzard artists were inspired by a lot of his work, I'm sure.
Yeah. So the first game had you playing as War, following the apocalypse essentially, and then you were playing as Death after it was like basically War had turned on whatever forces of the apocalypse or whatever. And so you were trying to go clear your brother's name or whatever.
Yeah, because like what happens is there's like heaven and hell in this universe.
Sure.
And the demons and the angels are all fighting each other, and so like that means it's the end of time. I only know the beginning. All I know is the beginning of Darksiders 1. So then like War shows up because he's like, all right, it's the apocalypse. I'm here. Like this is my job. It's like literally his job. He's just like, my job to be here. I was summoned because the apocalypse is clearly starting. And then he gets imprisoned by like these 4 like judges. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, because it was
they're like,
why'd you trigger the apocalypse? And he was like, it was already going on. I just showed up to do my job. And they're like, that's bullshit, dog.
You gotta go clean up your mess that you made after the apocalypse happened. And then like. Yeah, so then Death is like
play Death, and then in this one,
the game genre changed too, because like it's like a Zelda clone, and Death
now
is
it's like God of War style.
Yeah, like Diablo-esque.
God of War was not God of War. The Darksiders 2 is very loot based. This one looks more like kind of God of War style esque.
Yeah,
where it's like a bunch of whips and stuff like that.
Yeah, so now you play as Fury, who is the third person of the apocalypse.
Yes, no longer Horseman. Sorry.
And things are happening.
And Death and
War in this
War
trailer.
show up. Yeah, they show up very clearly. So they're not they're not trying to save that for a reveal.
It's weird because like it seemed like such a cool, ambitious thing. Like, all right, we're gonna have each game's gonna be a little different.
Yeah,
and
that's
they're gonna
pretty
have,
cool.
Like,
different genre
even. You know, depending on whatever characters they are. And it was like really exciting. It's like, oh man, what are they gonna do for Pestilence? Nothing. They're not going to have anything. Yeah. They're not going to do it. They're just going to skip and go to Fury because, hey, guess what? Action RPGs are better. Which sucks because I know that game was almost never going to exist, but then THQ Nordic.
What if it was an RTS?
That'd be so cool. Like, what if it was like a Brutal Legend RTS or something like that? See, I've
been wanting to play. That's another game I've been wanting to play is Brutal Legend.
That's a good stream game.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for like a re-release from that game, but
PC version's the best one right now. That was almost a re-release. It came out like 2 years after.
I guess you're right.
They came out like recently. The PC version of Brutal Legend came out like
a couple years
3 years ago, something like that.
Come on, Double Fine.
This game looks fine. It looks like more Darksiders. I wish I cared about Darksiders. I really tried to play Darksiders 1 because I'd heard good things about it, but I just like. There's a point like about 30 minutes to an hour into the game where it's like, here's 12 tutorials. You have to do these to get past, and they're like challenges. So if you get hit during them, you just lose the challenge, and you gotta like, and it's just like, okay, I don't want to play this. It's not.
I think the second one was on like Xbox Games for Gold.
I think I might even own that in some.
I feel like I own all of them somehow.
Yeah,
yeah, and I played like an hour of it and was like, this seems like a competent game. I'm not really in the mood to play this, and then just never played it ever again. But those are now also available on current gen consoles as the War Mastered Edition and the Definitive
They're
Edition.
the worst.
No,
they're the worst. They're terrible. They're both bad. No, they're bad.
It's the best part.
Make puns, that's fine. Make good puns.
Well,
THQ,
they just
remastered.
Yeah,
edition.
Remastered.
Yeah, that's also bad as
it.
well.
It's so
Very
bad.
I like it because it's so
last game, Call of Cthulhu, and then we're done.
This
has been a long podcast for how little games we played this week. We
had to talk about ray tracing.
That was not that long. We had to talk about freaking Space Lords forever.
Oh yeah.
We had to figure out what that game was. So
you're right.
Well, now we know. But what is Call of Cthulhu?
No, we don't. We don't know. Call of Cthulhu, as the man explains, is a game where you go.
You're some kind of investigator.
He's also an alcoholic.
He's an alcoholic. Shit's going sideways.
Fits into the thing perfectly.
Shit's going sideways in this
mansion.
Is the whole game in the mansion? Do you think, or is this like one of the?
I can't imagine. I feel like it would. I feel like
the whole game.
Most Lovecraft stories happen within like a small township, so I would assume that's what it was. Because although it's called Call of Cthulhu, nothing in here is very like
this is not
recognizable
from Call of Cthulhu.
as from the Call of Cthulhu story.
But that's because that's the most recognizable name. Like there's a bunch of things called Call of Cthulhu that are not actually from the Cthulhu story.
Indeed.
Yeah. This is based off the board game, I think a tabletop game.
Ooh.
So that's why it has like a lot of elements of, hey, your character has like 4 different options and they confront this weird dude who doesn't like you. You can either take his axe and be violent, you can confront him, you can use intimidation, you could try to bribe him, and depending on what you do, you'll get more points into that and your character will level up in that particular section, which seems cool.
And then that allows you to either get more either do like more physical activities like lock picking, or like gain more insight from stuff that you look at, depending on what stuff you go. But it says that knowledge has a price.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, so that's like the second set of this is that there's like a Batman investigator vision mode where you investigate the house and look for clues as to you're just looking for this like disappeared family or this murdered family, or I don't know what the full details were there, but if you do more investigating, you'll have more information, and like other stuff that you can talk to people or stuff that you can figure out will be opened up to you because you investigated the thing better and you found an extra puzzle piece that you might have missed.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do that, you might start to go more and more crazy because the more you which is a very I think that's like a pretty good version of the I don't know if any other games have done that exact method, but like a lot of games have done like an insanity meter, and I feel like more and more like in 2018 that's not really we all kind of acknowledge that's a little bit of a lame or just an outdated way of
school.
It's just sanity is a meter in people's heads that just goes up and down. Like that's not quite how it works.
I mean,
the idea that the more information about the old ones and the dark magics that you learn, the crazier you start to get is kind of interesting.
I mean, that's kind of the quintessential Lovecraftian thing, is that how does your human mind perceive something that's like
so much bigger than
so much bigger than anything that you could even imagine, and how do these kind of cosmic
how do you not break under the strain? And most of the time the answer is you just go crazy.
Yeah.
You just go crazy.
I mean, Bloodborne did, you could gain insight, and then that would change your perception of the environment. You'd suddenly be able
and that was a great way of handling a
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, you'd suddenly be able to see kind of the weird
creepy things
that are trying to kill you, and the sky would be more perceptive.
The more insight you had, the more certain monsters looked different. Besides those ones that were hanging from the towers, you also had other monsters that became different monsters.
Yeah, there's large pig monsters that just look like big pigs, but when you gain these insights, you suddenly see them covered with eyeballs and having extra limbs and stuff like that, as if there's some kind of other malevolent force that's taken over the city, or the hunter's dream, I suppose it is at that time in that game. But enough about that really great game. Hopefully this game is all right. It looks okay.
Pulls it off.
I'm interested. I think there's a lot of room to still have great
it looks pretty
games, because there's
it looks okay
in the past, but they're kind of not exactly, I feel like, what you expect.
The other game called Call of Cthulhu is a cult classic.
Yes,
it was I've never played it myself.
It was like an original
Xbox
release, I want to say, and a PC release, obviously. And I've heard great things about it, but obviously at this point it's a very old game, and so who knows how it holds up. The game looks okay. The player models, or excuse me, the character models maybe look a little janky, and the voice acting suggests that maybe this is a lower.
This game's a little lower budget, so the animation is gonna be and character models gonna be the thing that suffer. But I think it's passable. I think it looks pretty fine
it definitely looks, and it
doesn't look out. Like,
and the thing is when you're talking about the theme of the game, like having these characters kind of be a little bit off looking, almost plays a little bit into it.
And even off sounding kind of works into it as well.
Yeah, so that's that one.
Very intriguing. Put this on my radar.
Most def. But that was a lot of trailers.
Oh, most defs in it?
So what wins?
Most defs in it?
Most defs.
What character did he play?
He plays the assistant to the rental store manager.
All right, what wins the trailer trash, guys? Ricardo's right. What should win? Trash.
Let's see.
What is Ethan doing? What are you doing, Ethan? What is going on?
Screen's popped up some stuff. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
It's just
we won't discuss it here on the.
Anyway, so I think
the game that we understood the most should win. So Space Lord.
Space Lords wins. No, honestly, none of these trailers were too. I mean, the Ace.
Yeah, they're all pretty good.
The Ace Combat one had great production values, but it was probably my one that I was like least into.
I think Strange Brigade for me did not fully convince me to buy the game, but definitely made me go, maybe I'll get this game. Like it as a trailer goes, it definitely kept me interested in it from before.
I really love the animation in the Battleship Brigade trailer.
Yes, that's a great trailer too.
But it's so short, and
it's a little too short. It's like also a game. It's like we know what that game is.
Yeah.
That game's already been out. I already knew I wanted to check that game out.
I think I'm gonna go with Strange Brigade as the winner of this trailer trash. For me.
Yeah, I think I agree.
I think I'll agree. I like the Call of Cthulhu trailer also, just from it being like, hey, this game actually looks kind of neat. But also, I think as an overall trailer, I'd say the Strange Brigade.
Yeah, because Call of Cthulhu relied a lot on like narration type stuff, which is fine, but it was definitely did it better.
It's almost cheating.
Dead, but it's kind of cheating in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Strange Brigade.
All right. Strange Brigade wins. Maybe we'll find out if that's good. It depends.
Hopefully.
See you in a couple weeks. Like next week, I think it comes out.
Sure hope so.
Alrighty then. Well, that about wraps it up for the trailer trash segment of the podcast, and that means the podcast is almost time to end. So thank you all for watching. If you wouldn't mind giving us a follow on twitch.tv/pixel_legends, we would really appreciate it. If you enjoy the streams or don't get the chance to catch the streams live, we do have the occasional VOD that goes up on YouTube. We also have the audio version, which is on iTunes. That's just the Pixel Podcast on iTunes. You can check it out there. Our website is Pixel Legends with 1L and pixellegends.com. And you can go ahead and see all of our podcasts there. We got our YouTube page, which is just Pixel Legends with 1L as well. YouTube.com/Pixel Legends with 1L. That's where you can see all the stuff we mentioned at the very beginning, like Rico's JoJo streams. Ethan's Overlord streams are not there yet, but they will be, he says.
They will be.
I have been putting up Amber's Mass Effect streams, which she sometimes joins us on the podcast as well. If you haven't seen her play Mass Effect, she's playing it for the very first time.
You're also in the
that's
back.
all on YouTube, and you can follow our individual Twitch accounts for for those streams. We also host them on here as well. So that's all the plugs and all the things to say at the end of the podcast, which means it's 207 episodes, and I still don't know how to end this thing. But I'll say thanks, Ethan. Thanks, Ricardo.
Hey.
Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah.